Let's see now. Please give me a moment to make sure everything is set on up. Okay, YouTube is going. Twitter is going. Kick is going. Twitch appears to be going. Looks like Rumble is going. Let me check my other computer. Please give me a moment. Yep, looks like everything's going good. So, let's go and get started. Come on now. You want to download the replay, right? Is this going to be a bad sign to the day? Yeah, I am streaming. Let's just try to find a different player, then we'll try replay, then we'll try to go in that one. Okay, that one works fine. We'll go back to that one. Same players, though one of them has a different faction. So, let's go to get started. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another HBars 4 replay. Spawn on the south bottom left side as the Cyan Abbasid Dynasty with Smooth Operator. While on the top right side as the Green English, we have Lush. And we do have, looks like a Man-at-Arms Rush. Let's see if he goes for 1 or for 2. First Man-at-Arms deployed on the field. He does have enough food for a second one, but decides to go for the 1. Got the Scout Patrol forward, of course got the House of Wisdom going on up. The gold deposits over here. He's claimed up a decent amount of gold. And now got the slices down the villagers. He needs to get 20 more gold and he'd be fine. This one does only has 7. This one has 8. Make that 9. And does get his 200. Got 201, so got 1 extra septum. And now got the military wing being deployed on out. Let's see now. Abbasid Dynasty versus English. Of course, we've got longbows and men-at-arms available for the English in the next age, the feudal age, while his opponent can only pull out camel archers, a unique unit. He needs to get out this golden age tier 1 as quickly as he can, because that gives him a massive resource collection rate for every single resource, while his opponent won't have to pull out mills when they get additional food, but will be collected at a faster rate. Of course, with the Silver bonus of building within the influence area, gets +5 fire armor. This means this mining camp is taking minimal damage, taking 5 damage per torch rather than 10. Military wing is almost complete. Council hall is on the way as well. He does pull back the man-at-arms. He sees the military wing being built there. And now do have the lumber camp being built on out. At the Scout Patrol forward, we'll spot this small little strike force. The man-at-arms will be useful in dealing with it. He can only build man-at-arms mode. Can't get any defensive spearmen until the council hall is built. Now we've got this force advancing on forward. Man-at-arms is... can't really see each other, so they will walk by each other. We got the early man-at-arms upgrade, upgrading Vanguard man-at-arms to early man-at-arms. And now do you have these forces moving around, trying to find another opportunity. Sorry about that. We got a pair of longbowmen here that should be very effective versus this force, but currently he may be eyeing the advance on forward. He knows his opponent's coming from military wing. Got the exotic dog getting some bites there on the early man-at-arms. He does find this force here. He needs to bring back the longbow and deal with it. Mostly it's not. He does save the villager there. A couple arrows, of course, raining on in. The primary town center of the English does have 2 arrows, which does make it a little bit more effective. You can protect me against these small little harassments. Now got that scout moving on its way forward. We do have the mining camp still being collected. And the man-at-arms is trying to find another opportunity on that gold camp. The longbowmen coming up and help them out as well. Do now the fresh foodstuffs now being deployed on out. Man-at-arms getting some slices there, getting some decent damage. The longbowmen were trailing too far behind to give them any support. And now we've got the first economic wood upgrade for the English player. You got a sheep there. He probably could take time to pick off that sheep. I see another marker there. Looks like it's just an exotic doggo. Got a good number of longbow in this region. There's no force there, especially forward. The mine camp's not currently collecting, and we do have a mill there. Looks like it's going out for some early farms. These forces are moving around. Longbowmen are patrolling around as well. And with these farms built, he will collect at a very, very good rate with these farmers. They will have, of course, the plus 20% food collection rate, which will make them better than collecting, say, deer. Now get these forces moving around, trying to find another engagement. This force is just falling back. So far, small forces on both sides. We got 11 longbow, 2 man-at-arms from the English player. He has lost his scout. And now it's going to take time to collect up the berries. Very nice. Berries don't collect up very quickly, but they are at least don't cost any wood initial cost. He's collecting up a lot of wood here as well. He may want to eye some additional gold. He does have enough gold for another man-at-arms. His force is still up there. Now there's Golden Age Tier 1, gaining some excellent collection rate. Does have a second town today on the field, so right now there's mostly a large force for the English player, also composed of longbowmen. Man-at-arms can hit spearmen no problem, and withstand his opponent's archer fire. We got a mill going on up now. And right now it's just playing a bit defensive as force here, so let's go and fast forward in the replay, because both sides are just being a bit idle. Both players have gotten the tier 1 economic upgrade, and this force is now moving around. He doesn't even have the veteran spearman research. The tower, no wait, that's definitely the wrong player, faction. Doesn't have anything to really improve his current infantry as archer force. He doesn't have boot camp research either. Now the gold gets warded off once again. He could bring in some archers, help deal with these guys. Green does rebuild a scout here as well, provide some good vision. Does get a handful of spearmen there. Does take out 2 of these villagers. All 3 of those villagers do go down. Right now, Green does have a spear military force in the field. Couple longbows firing away, getting some good damage with these forces. Got Pierce Armor now being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player. Couple spearmen advancing forward. He's afraid of any horsemen to rush him down, which is supposed to not going for any horsemen. He's just going straight archer. Exotic Doggo does go down. Look, he's just rallying them all back home. He wants that small force to aid in his defense. He does need it. Science still has a scout here. Does get a couple of hits there on these archers. And does get a good volley there on these archers as well. The scout providing some good scouting. Man-at-arms advance forward against good slices there. Trying to deal with the longbow the best he can. couple arrows onto these man-at-arms. They do have 5 pierce armor, which, so if Green goes for additional pierce armor himself, which wouldn't be half bad amount of archers fighting, they also make these man-at-arms nearly entirely invulnerable. Does ward off away these blue archers there. A small force is still in this region. Gold's being collected up. Does have a handful of longbowmen to protect them. And now got pierce damage not researched by the English player. That will help counter out his opponent's pierce armor he's gotten. Got more archers in build queue for the Abbasid dynasty. Basically got that horseman there. And now I use a combat sprint to get away. Does cancel those stables. And a couple of these archers are going down right there. He does have a superior number of town centers at the moment. So his village production will be quite nice and high. Additionally, with the food stuff, his villagers does cost less food. Going for 3 stables now. Archers and spearmen advancing forward. We've got the network castles there. I got more archers. He definitely does need horsemen. Now, do got an outpost here for the network of castles. And that man-at-arm took quite a bit of beating there. And now Green's going for his pierce armor. Since Sai does not have pierce damage, those men-at-arms will take 100% more arrows to kill now. Or soon. More longbow being put on the field. He does have a good number of man-at-arms as well. Going to transition to some more man-at-arms production. Signs advancing forward, trying to get some more hits there onto these archers. And the horsemen do charging forward, get some good damage there. Spearmen, man-at-arms charging forward. Now the horsemen are quite damaged. They do fall back now. Now recharging as well, trying to hold back these man-at-arms, but thanks to that extra pierce armor, these guys are going to take a lot of abuse. Science archer trying to overrun these longbowmen, does pick some of them off. Overkills that one. And instantly target these guys. Green arm is whittling down. Try to hit these villagers. Does get both those villagers. Very, very good. Villager count is, or villager kills is 3-3. But Cyan does have a superior number of villagers, though 3 of them were idle. And now these archers just backing up off, which may be a good distraction. Got more horsemen being put on the field, trying to perhaps overrun these longbowmen. But these men-arms, they're going to be hard to deal with regardless what you throw at them. Best thing he can do to get rid of them is actually camel archers, since they have high base damage. Does take out that tower right there. It may have been cancelled. More towers going on up. And it looks like these archers do manage to get all the way to the villager line. Villager line to stand and fight. They are equivalent to basic archers with a really long reload rate. He does not have textiles, so killing out these villagers will be very handy, especially when he does not have a second town center. 6 villagers went down versus opponents 3. Got a good number of horsemen here. Looks like this long one does get a bit of a spot there. He does have a tower in these regions. We got a tower here as well for Cyan. He may want to get out the arrows to run as soon as he can, but looks like he does not have enough stone. Longbow does not go down to this horseman. We've now got these horsemen advancing forward, trying to find another opportunity. Horseman advancing forward, trying to find these villagers once again. He does have a couple defensive spearmen. He could focus on those spearmen. And now Green has to pull out the engineers, trying to pull out some battering rams. More housing going up, very nice. Right now, Green does have spear military force, but it's still lacking villagers. Got his force pushing forward, and now we do have the Golden Age Tier 2, increasing his research speed. Horsemen still moving around, but it looks like he lost a large number of horsemen. Looks like this man-at-arms trying to deal with these villagers. You may want to just shank that man-at-arms, or impale them with a bunch of lances and arrows. That man-at-arms has been perforated. And now do you have more of these houses going down. And this... Nope, closing down Golden Age Tier 2, but that's not important. Golden Age Tier 1 and Tier 3 the important ones, in my opinion. Another house will go down. He's being pretty close to pop cap now. Horsemen and man-at-arms charging forward. There's nothing much you can do against man-at-arms at the moment. He needs camel archers. Let's find some of these forces here. Taking out these reinforcements can be very handy indeed. But you know, I got hack damage being reached by the Abyssal Dynasty player. He will need that versus force fighting with man-at-arms, but they do already have hack armor. So right now these man-at-arms have 4 armor. Does get activated again, and should be deactivated relatively soon. Actually, put a couple more there. He's losing some stables. Blue's advancing, counterattacking to his opponent. Trying to pick off some of these villagers. He's gonna kill some of these villagers. Very, very nice. And now it looks like these archers may just need to run away. There's still a sniffing force here. It's going to need a lot of horsemen. That's probably his best item to engage this force. Horsemen is still inferior in 1v1 versus man-at-arms. But at least they'll be useful to resist the longbow fire and be able to easily hit those man-at-arms. This force is trying to advance forward, trying to get some good damage on him. Battering getting some good damage there on those archery ranges. And does take out that battering ram now. Archer still giving these man-at-arms to run around. Green's still backing off. I'm not sure what's inside this tower at the moment. He's going for more towers. There is actually a breach right there, which could be a bit of a problem. That's why he's building a tower there. He does spot some of these outposts, very nice. We'll go to torch that one down, but he does have a lack of vision. Longbowman gets a good volley there on the Horseman. Horseman going straight for the Longbowman, very nice. He does not have a Spearman to any bullet damage with the Horseman. Man-at-arms push away forward. And Man-at-arms is currently contesting engagement uncontested. His Longbowman may go down, but his Man-at-arms will get some good damage. Using that combat sprint to get these guys moving around quite quickly. And now got these archers backing on off. So got these archers giving these man-at-arms still a bit of a run around. Got another wave of horsemen ready to go. And we're soon going to have a lot of men-at-arms. Chinese is not collecting wood. He has a bit too much wood. He needs to start focusing on the gold and food. He needs to on getting castaways as soon as possible so he can get out some crossbows. We do got a very large number of farms here. This will provide the English player an immense amount of food. Let's pick off some of these villagers there. Very nice. Now got the Longbowmans fighting some Science villagers. Science villagers need back on off. He's been utilizing those free berries in the field. He's cleaning up, trying to clean up some venison. We're going to take all those berry collectors and go to those deer now. Trying to advance forward with this force, but it's simply just way outnumbered. There's approximately 42 units right there versus these 33. You may be able to find these reinforcements. Picking up those reinforcements could be very good. These bows are going on down. Cyan has right now a 30 villager advantage, which is significant. Looking at these forces. Get some good damage there. Bows are just doing a good job of micro, trying to focus on these man-arms best he can. And these archers have finally been cleaned on up. Of course, with this nearby tower, he does have the castle network of castles buff, as well as just good vision in this area. Horsemen now eyeing for a counterattack, trying to hit some of these villagers, or mostly clean up that wood line right there. Bear's been bucketed up there as well. And looks like he's tasked up. I think all that deer has been cleaned on up, so he's running out of local food supplies. Cyan does have a good amount of wood stored up for farms. Let's take out some of these man-arms. Cyan's counter-attacking. Green is now pushing to his opponent's base. He does have enough for the castle age. He really should eye it. There's a culture wing. Mounted arrows are currently doing 7 damage per arrow, so they will do some decent damage for the man-arms, but still not too significant. A lot of these infrastructures going down. He is not going to do this banner round. That may be an oversight. That banner is almost complete. Green's now trying to torch down some more of these structures. Got a bit of a base race situation. And right now, Cyan's food collection is pitifully low. I'm not sure what's going with these villagers. Horsemen traveling around, we'll find these villagers there, we'll get some good pokes. We do have textiles here, so they take less damage. Getting some good hits there. Horsemen falling them back. Cyan is at overpop right now by 20, and there goes his tier 2 golden age, which I'm not sure if does affect age up or not, because it is research speed. Torch down large number of these structures. We got a large number of housing going up, very nice. Horsemen will find another opportunity on these villagers, very nice. Looks like Cyan is pop cap. Green is not currently pop cap. Let's get some of these villagers killed off, and currently no castle age for Green. More torches running on in on archery range. Does his castle age. He needs to get out some crossbows as soon as he can, but he does have some archery ranges here. And he's going on for more archers. A veteran archer research wouldn't be half bad either. Buff up the current damage, and he's going. Yep, that's what he's going for. Also getting the preservation of knowledge. We'll make use of that eventually. These villagers need to get inside these town centers. And does get a Mangonel point out there. That thing needs to be firing as soon as can, and the archers have to hold the line. Mangonel finds a very good hit there on the longbows. Man-arms charging forward. He still does not have this important research. He needs to save that Mangonel. Mangonel's lining up these cross on these longbows. Gets a good dodge there, very nice. And there's a veteran archer research. Brings their damage significantly against these man-arms. There's another research there. And he will, looks like, hold against those man-arms. And now he's pursuing. These archers do 9 damage each. Mangonel finds a decent hit there as well. And now he's getting some great kills on those longbowmen. He does wipe out that longbowman force. We've got the King's Palace on being thrown field. This game looks like it's far from over. Cyan has held out the castle age. And he has a mass reserve of wood. So he may want to just cool off the wood collection a moment. He can use new village to collect up wood. He can retask these villagers on something else, such as farms or not dying. Mangonel pushes his way forward with these archers here. He does have, of course, access to the composite bow, which he can actually research at the moment. Villagers not trying to shank these units. Mangonel finds a small hit. Going for a veteran longbow research. Trying to go for a bit of stone there. Does have these longbow in this region. Military forces 32 versus 36. He does not have textiles either, and those longbows getting some free kills there. Right now, Green has killed 25 opponent's villagers. He's only killed 17. Of course, he's have a superior number of villagers at the moment. And he finally backs off away from these longbowmen. Actually, got that stone there for a second town center. There's actually 2 stone deposits close by as well. We got some EMs now being employed in the field. EMons, or whatever they're pronounced. However they're pronounced. We got the man arms research. He can go for Ironclad. He's going for more pierce damage. Got a line of palisade walls going up. Big construction project. I was going for Ironclad, Armorclad, giving his man arms +2/+2 armor. Town center could receive some fire there. Does get inside of town center. Does lose a villager. But now there's 3 town centers versus 2. Sign will maintain the good production of villagers, assuming he maintains it. Exotic Doggo getting some bites there. And these man arms will slip on through. Sign's trying to go for a keep there, but these villagers are currently unescorted. Does have composite bow research. Does he? He has a couple crossbows mixed on it as well, and has a Maginot. Oh, he has another town center over here. That's a lot of town centers. The mosque is over here. He could try pushing forward in order to get a conversion off. Villagers need back on off. Does get a small hit there with the Maginot. Does get some good focus fire there. Great hit there, but now Armorclad is complete, so these man arms will take a lot less damage. Maginot will not get another volley there. Villagers being poorly tasked. They will lose these villagers. Actually, they're being A-moved. Try and back on off the area. Need some more crossbows to deal with these man-at-arms. So right now, these man-at-archers have 9 damage versus the man-at-arms 7 pierce armor. If they get another round of pierce armor, then they will take 1 damage once again. I do have some crossbows on the field. Man-at-arms still just charging on forward. Looks like these man-at-arms just killing off a good number of villagers. Ooh, Sign now has a lot less villagers. He does have 4 town centers, and his villagers are cheaper, so he can recover. But it's not going to do it quick enough. And Sign is back of the game now. This Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Let's see, where was that other one? That's one I just did. And let's go and do this one here. And looks like that replay just simply does not want to download, so that replay is not usable. That replay may be infectious. Oh, here we go. 26 minutes. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another HPARS 4 replay. Spawn in the bottom left side as the Green Ultimates with Lashi, and it's going straight from Military Academy. Spawn on the right side as the Magenta Mongols with Slati. And there's the first military school, picks up a big volley of stone. And military school will start producing those free units. Keeping those spearmen on defense could be very helpful, because in case this opponent does decide to be aggressive, we do have a barracks support right here. Excuse me, so you may be eyeing for some spearman rush. Let's get the cavalry deployed over there. Looks like he did not collect up any of that venison there. There's a time 2's what's it called, ×2 spearmen. And I got the twin meta race now being plotted on field as well. Ottomans, of course, have access to a lot of free units. Sepas are nice, but the Mongols and Feudal Age will have access to Keshiks, which they can be countered by spearmen, and he is going to get a nice little supply of spearmen for advancing next age. Only has gone for this pair of spearmen so far. Now we've got the Silver Tree now being plotted on the field. He may be eyeing for a bit of trade. The trade market's right there, and there is a relatively clean line of sight between these two. Not a lot of shrubbery in the way, so that could be a good trade path. Though very exposed. And fast forward, looks like the spearmen are currently just doing nothing. And do have an early pasture now deployed on the field, which will give them a nice supply of sheep. No music's playing either. At the next stage now deployed on the field, let's make sure we have, yep, we do have the Ottoman player selected, so we can hear the Vizier. This Vizier's point is almost available. Does have a small reserve of spearmen here. And I do have a blacksmith going up, not next to the military school for some odd reason. We've got the hardened spearman research, so it does have a decent amount of spearmen. We do over here have a stable going up as well as archery range. And we do have this Silver Tree actually going far down south. I was going to expect him going up here, but he's going to fight this direction. They're about equal. This north one will be longer, fighting some extra gold. The southern one will be just as safe, as it both the corner of the map. And now the hardened spearman research for the Mongols. He's eyeing for some early trade. These spearmen needs it back on off. He's got these angry spearmen to engage these spearmen. Does get the hardened spearman there, but still outnumbered 2-1. So at most, he'd probably only take out one of these spearmen. We do have now some Magadai being deployed on the field. Magadai, in my opinion, are incredibly not useful. But we'll see how well he uses them. He does use a ×2 group of Magadai. He doesn't have to deal with any super heavy units, such as like man-arms. I only have to deal with the Sepa, which does get 2 inherent pierce armor. We got the Metra here. Does have the attack speed bonus as well. The Magadai will be useful to help engage this force. Does take out the wolf there. Magadai do have 5 damage and attack speed of 0.88 per second, which is a pretty good attack speed. But their 4.5 range is incredibly not useful. It makes it very hard to use them, but once you get them Imperial Age, you can get the improved stone version, giving them up range up to 6.5, which actually is very significant. Also, while advancing forward, and these spearmen do go ahead and go back in, find a couple stabs. I'm going to start torching down this mining camp once again. Let's find an exotic doggo. And now I've got trade going on. All you need to get is at least 15 to get all your improved benefits from trade. Spearman gets some great stabs during that Sepa. Now Green's going to advance forward with this army. Essex charging forward. We're seeing quite a bit of town center fire. It's been fully garrisoned as well, so the Keshiks receive quite a bit of damage. There's a couple archers now put on the field. Let's get some great damage there onto those villagers. Does take out 2 of them. We got this force now trying to retaliate. Khan does receive a bit of fire there. Going to take time to pick off these individual archers. Mega Knights do have only 85 health, archers do have 70 health, so they are a bit more durable. Mega Knight now trying to back on off from this force. And when the Mega Knight does go down, Khan goes up his way up north. Mega Knight just trying to enter back in. Just going to cause a bit of issue there against these villagers. And the Townsend, nope, does go down to a Sepa's shot. That is going to go down to a Townsend shot. The Khan has gone down as well. Magenta's now pulling out some archers. It does take these spearmen that are still alive and go ahead and stab some exotic doggos. We got a scout here with a good group of archers, handful of spearmen, and one Keshik. Actually, more Keshiks here. And it looks like it's going to keep a bit of a contingency force, help keep this area secure. Sometimes, since you can't deploy out walls, one of the best ways to keep this trade up and alive is simply by stationing a small force there. You don't have to worry about housing to keep that force populated. Until you start establishing more field control, you will have trouble maintaining your trade line. Just one reason why I say offense is something that best defense. If your opponent's not attacking, they're not harassing your trade network. Right now, he does need to get more spearmen. He's a little bit low in spearmen. Let's get some arrows there onto these Sepas. He could have allowed some Keshiks to help deal with those Sepas. And to give a comparison, Sepas do have 155 health, Keshiks only have 145, but do have 3-3 armor. Sepas only have a 0-2 armor. Soon to be 0-3 armor. Keshiks charge on forward, trying to deal with these villagers. Does get a great charge attack there, lining up all the shots. Gains some great damage on these forces. It does get a good kill there, but when the Keshiks do go down, good pick there. And right now, Magenta does have 51 workers. He does have a good number of trade caravans out in the field. 12. Once he reaches 15, then he'll get a little bit extra gold. If I remember correctly, at 5, you get plus like 10% food. At 10, you get plus 10% wood. And then at 15, you get additional plus 10% gold. He may be heading down south. He does not have a defense force down there. Does advance forward if these Keshiks, does find another good raid there. Nope, he's not going down south. He may not be aware of it just yet. He does have a Keshik and Archer looking at the deer. And now these Sepas may be heading down south. He may be wondering if his opponent has a trade network down there. The Archer may give away. Archer does spot this force. He does have a small defense force here, but needs more spearmen. Those mostly archers. Keshik charging forward, trying to deal with some more of these villagers. And now this massive trade network is under threat. Does get some good hits there on the Sepas. The spearmen are still very healthy. They didn't take much damage right there. A couple of these trade caravans. So he does save that. He needs to get more spearmen there. And a large number of these villagers decide to stand and fight. He's going to lose a large number of these villagers. Got this one of them here, but is unable to focus it down. It does take out those Keshiks. Currently, Magenta has killed up 8 of his opponent's workers. His opponent definitely did kill one of those trade caravans, but doesn't count as a worker, I guess. We got pierce damage not being researched by the Ottoman player. We got a good force here, including 10 spearmen. Does get a great attack there. The Khan can use the arrow. No, arrows on cooldown. Focus on the opponent's archers there. The engagement there. The spearman getting some great work done. He's focused on the opponent's archers in order to save his spearman to deal with this pause. Though the spearman is getting overran. He does not use fortitude there. Now he can use fortitude against these units. Does use fortitude now. Doing a good job of hitting these Sepas. Does get some good kills there. And these archers will go down. They did a good job of whittling way down those Sepas. Now got the spearmen hitting these trade caravans. And these start collecting all these trade caravans, just passing them up here, just out of the way. He also needs to take time to save them. He only has one. Oh, he does have a couple more production structures now. So these trader caravans are being brought forward towards his force. He will spot this one. That one's quite wounded. This trader caravan will also go down. He does have a villager next to his relic. And the Silver Tree has packed on up and making his getaway. He has a good number of archers here. His opponent has a good number of spearmen, however. He counts on these spearmen. Very good. And his forces start backing on off. Does got another spearman there. Keshik slowly being whittled down. He does take all the spearmen, so now his Keshiks can be reinforce his area. Got some exotic doggo bites. And the Silver Tree has been redeployed right there. He can retask whatever traders he has right there just to get some sort of trade going to get some re-established. Spearman advancing forward. Does get a good volley there. Takes on another Sapog. And right now he's lost a lot of traders. The opponent killed off a good number of them. The villager count, worker count is quite minimal. His opponent does actually have a second town center now. I'm not sure how many traders he has left. Active trader. Oh, but he does get a trade caravan over here. Not a great trade path, but a trade path. He should stop building traders until he gets another line reestablished. He could go to the far corner up here. You have another Ovo deployed on the field and does get a stable next to it. This looks like an either invest some stone into perhaps into Keshiks. He does have 400 stone at the moment. Got a pair of battery rams trying to be employed on out. He is lacking spearmen, so more Keshiks would be very useful. Horsemen wouldn't hurt as well. Keshik does spot this force there, back him off. He does have a scout for these guys as well. He does find this villager there. We'll be able to pick him off as well. More spearmen are going to probably be in order. Takes out that villager there. Very nice. Some of these traders are going pretty short path to that Silver Tree as well. And now got this moving up north. He does get the traders retasked over there. These one needs to be retasked as well. Veteran sort of make his way forward. Over here we do got these Keshiks trying to advance forward. There's only a handful of spearmen. He could try overwhelming them. And now got these forces trying to deal with these battery rounds. He's able to see fire. We do have nothing being pulled up there. He does have a reserve of stone. I think he just if there goes ×2 Lancer there. He could save the stable there by packing it up. Batterings can't hit packed up structures. And they'll see some of these villagers are going down to these Keshiks. Very good engagement there by the Mongol player. Does get them inside those outposts there. Spearman finds find a stab there, but will go down. His forces will need falling back, but Mahid Imperial Armory now being researched. They got all the blacksmith researched by both players. We'll see a couple pokes there. Some of these Keshiks are also wounded. Connor received the arrows there. He may want to take these wounded Keshiks, somehow get them over the palisade walls, and start hitting those palisade walls to get some health regen. Right now, Green's trying to spawn to this area. It does have okay, those are villagers, not military units. These are military units. And then the Mahid Imperial Army is now built. The Mongol player has a massive gold reserve. He needs to get these guys off of gold and collecting up those berries. And these Keshiks get disintegrated. I'm not sure why those archers are queued up like this, but they can go down to a bunch of angry spearmen and archers. Horsemen and Keshiks advancing forward. They're going way too far forward. They're getting way too far separated. This is a big mistake there. Oof. Losing some of these valuable Keshiks. Kurultai not being built out. Kurultai will be an excellent defensive replacement. I have a feeling he's going to be on defense relatively soon. We do have a slight civilian worker count in favor of the Mongol player. There's this trade caravans going. There's 10 of them right there. The Silver Tree has been retasked over there, so he has 2 lines of trade. He has 20 traders. He might want to cool it off. He needs those resources for other structures. Let's get the Kurultai up and going. That'd be an excellent defense structure. I call it defense. I find it more useful on defense than offense, honestly. 20% damage is excellent on defense, as well as offense. It's good for a siege encampment as well. Able to buff up your traction trebuchets and mangonels by 20% damage, as well as getting health regen. Now got the improved whistling arrow, very nice, as well as the veteran Keshik research. He's trying to get that research up and going, including the veteran archer. He desperately does need this up. Got veteran Sepoys here and veteran archers. Kurultai needs to redeploy immediately. He needs to stall off those research as well. He may back on off, but Kurultai does have good health to play around with. His researchers start coming on in. Over here, do have the Keshiks find another opportunity on these villagers. Very nice. Sepoys advancing forward. Does get some spear braces there. And pierce damage now research as well. And got the veteran archer research, giving stuff a bit more punch. This one has the same. Sepoys advancing forward with a plus 20% damage by the Kurultai. This will provide him a great defensive point there. Gotta make sure he doesn't get too far with the Kurultai, but right now the Sepoys getting some great damage there. I think I hear a battering ram somewhere. Yes, we do. Does use the arrow there, improving the reload rate of these veteran archers for 12 seconds, since he has improved whistling arrow. And does finally wear off right there. That's the difference. That's a big difference between 12 seconds and 5 seconds. But they still get overran. Defense arrow would have been a little bit better, but the Sepoys are starting to disintegrate. Got some crossbows here. You don't want to use crossbows against Sepoys. Got more Keshiks going good. Does have only 1 lancer and gain some man-at-arms. Trying to build another town center. These villagers trying to build. They can't do anything else really. Town center arrows are currently firing the best they can. At 8 damage per arrow, they can do some great damage, but there's just so much there. He's going to lose a significant amount of these villagers, and now the trade caravan's going to be walking on by. This will largest opponent. Oh, he already knows about them. He's down to 53 population. We lost all those villagers there. He's not in a good position. He has no military production at the moment. That's why a wave of Keshiks that can help deal with his force. He needs to invest a stone into ×2 Keshiks, but he has no food at the moment, which probably also means he has no villagers. He does have a couple villagers queued up. Right now, when it comes to civilization benefits, the Mongols only has the free housing, which he has not gotten up to like 100 population, and the second town center costs additional 150 more resources. So you do pay extra as Mongol for your drop-off zones and your town centers, and that's why the Silver Tree is more or less mandatory for the Mongols. And while the Ottomans have free unit production, the Kurultai did provide some good benefits there, but the soon-to-be free siege units and the free units from military academies, it's just simply much better than what the Mongols' bonuses are. He has currently only 1 economic tech research. His opponent has 2, both not a wheelbarrow, but most of the improved research is expensive, costs a lot of stone. The first level is relatively cheap, of course, but the second, third level, you're talking, and what is the second level since we're in Caste Wage? You're talking about 1,000 stone. As you take a look at here, the level 2 production is 100 and 250, so it is going to be 350 stone for the level 2 upgrade of stone. And in order to get that for each one, you're talking about 1,500. You can skip out the gold collection if you go for heavy trade. But still, that you can see here, the trade has been easily harassed since you can't build any walls to defend it. Mongols, they're one of the weakest factions in my opinion. They don't get many benefits. The Keshik is the only benefit, and the housing, of course. The housing is diminishing returns and not really that impactful compared to most other civilization benefits. Sure, you can build out stone with units, but you're talking about 100% cost in a stone for one unit. It's really nothing. And use that same stone to prevent you getting your important economic upgrades. Got these forces now getting hit, and now these villagers gonna get overran. I think the Mongols lost. He hasn't been able to rebuild his units. Maginot does go down the Spring Gold, it's very nice. Does get the Kurultai rebuilt, gives much needed health regen. We've got man-arms here. Man-arms are very durable, like Keshiks, but there's just too many supporting archers here, and I got the crossbows here as well. These Keshiks find another opportunity over here, gain some good damage. Archers gain some good damage as well, thanks to the Kurultai. This is what I mean by the Kurultai is an excellent defense structure. Villagers gain some torch damage onto this battering ram, but the Mongol player does surrender. This is Android saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And before we get started with the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. Let's see next. Let's just start from the bottom, see if there's any. Oh, there's one. Wait, Vortex, I may have cast this one. I believe I cast this one, so let's not do that one. I suppose one way we can see if I have not casted that one is if I were to type in Vortex. I think I have cast that one yesterday, so we don't actually recast one by accident. Let's just continue on. Only one replay possible. 20 minutes, 30 seconds, might as well. With the recent patch, my replay selection is significantly less. Greetings everyone, and Grade here, another Age of Empires 2 or 4 replay. Spawn top side as the Cyan Mongols, we have Cracky here. Spawn on the south side as the Orange French, we have Janer of Punk Rock. Now, Punk Rock's been getting a bad reputation lately, because they've been going from Rage Against the Machine to Rage on behalf of the Machine. That's a little bit too political. Let's go ahead and cast the replay. French versus Mongols. Both of them have their heavy cav in feudal age. Both sides can benefit from deploying a lot of spearmen, and archers engage those spearmen. Mangudai are a possibility for Mongols, but overall they are just not useful. You now have the Khan moving around, trying to select up some units. Does get the sheeple selected back at the town center. And now he's got the speed arrow there, so he can engage the scout with pathetic amount of damage. No, he's actually picking off the sheep. And sheep down. We have the deer stones being deployed on out versus the School of Cavalry. This map tends to be a bit more focused in the center. Since he's going for the deer stone, he'd probably best go for the steppe redoubt. Deer does go down. And now the School of Cavalry has been deployed out on the field. It's going immediately for Royal Knight. May want to see some spearmen here, or a Keshiks. There's a Royal Knight now on field. Does get a charge there onto the Khan. Does go ahead and avoid the charge. Getting some pathetic damage on the Royal Knight. And is traversing around. Over here, still no military production whatsoever. He knows about school. That's the French. You know about the School of Cavalry. It's always going to be School of Cavalry. But now the School of Cavalry is deployed out on the field. He knows he's going to be fighting against a lot of Royal Knights. Only one deployed on the field so far. Adukar's got the pasture here. He is going for the improved wood economic research. You know, it's actually been a long time since I've seen a replay where actually somebody get the improved technology. I was going for, and wheelbarrow improves not that great. All it does is increase the carrying capacity by 2. It is not worth 200 stone. One Keshik is also 200 stone, which will provide much more value than that. Alright, so I believe the wood research should be completely redone for the Mongols. It just doesn't provide enough value for what it does for unique text. Most other civilizations get much more powerful technologies, while the Mongols don't really get powerful technologies from it. Only in Imperial Age.
I just saw.
The Khan's getting some good damage there. We do have another town start being pulled out. Very nice. Looks like the Mongol players ain't playing the eco game. So his opponent only has to pull out that single Royal Knight. The Khan just getting some good damage on in. Let's throw a arrow right there. Getting some good damage on in. 3 damage per arrow is not great. And he may actually... Nope, he does not get that villager. Just being annoying to Khan. The Royal Knight's way up here at the moment, a little bit wounded. Going for a 3rd town center there. Jeez. With a deer stone nearby, he does provide a Yalm network to this entire region. More arrows. Scouting Falcon. This must be some custom game, because I don't know why. I don't know how on earth somebody's able to go, the Mongols able to go for 3 town centers and not be retaliated by a bunch of Royal Knights. His opponent is going for Fast Castle, getting out the Guild Hall. Incredibly rare landmark for the French to pull out. Guild Hall, let's see, I have to remind myself what it does. Generates and stores resources over time. The more sources stored, the faster it's generated. Selected between wood, food, gold, or stone. Basically, it's a bank. You can, not necessarily a bank. Bank involves going in. Long story short, it just stores up charges. It stores charges faster if there's more charges already inside, and you can only withdraw all at once. We got Fast Castle for the French player. We got a good number of pastures here. Now we've got Castle Age. And he's eyeing for his own Castle Age soon. And does he know about the Guild Hall? He does know about the Guild Hall. He has 20 charges at the moment. Or not necessarily charges. Okay, it is technically 20 charges. It's simply just You get them in groups of charges, and you get 1 resource per 20. You got a good number of barracks on people out on the field. You can still deal with a lot of Royal Knights. Without the Research Institute, they won't have the Royal Bloodlines research early, so we may see fast Imperial for the French. So not enough gold. In fact, the Mongol player is not collecting any gold at the moment. That may be an oversight. Does get a good number of spearmen right here. All the shipping deployed right there. It will be a little bit congested. He has to order them all to go to this gear right there. That'd be a relatively safe spot there. Khan still being also annoying. Gal, how many barracks? What the hell is this? We got 10 barracks? He's collecting some of the berries there. He does have 11 pastures that can support a good number of villagers. He does get the improved food collection rate. Still not advancing to the next age. Still hasn't gotten enough the gold deposit for more gold. I have no idea what's going on. Is he trying to tunnel through into his opponent's base and as a feudal age attack? Do we see... Okay, still building the blacksmith. And get siege engineers and get improved siege engineers later on. Got more gears, more pastures. I still don't really have an idea what's going on. What is the French player doing? Is this some... He has 700 resources. He's probably saving that up to get out his Imperial Age. We got Pierce Armor now being researched by the Mongol player. He is not building a whole lot himself. He's not been aggressive. Now we got... He is going... No, that's still too far for a tunnel. I have no idea what's going on. Now we got the circle dance to get the battery rams built on up. Got a handful of farms here. It's going for a handful of archery ranges. Mag and Hells would be good, but I don't know what... Don't know how much his opponent sees. He's not collecting up any gold. He's getting out Pierce Armor. Does have siege engineers, of course. He is not... He's going to a deep tunnel into his opponent's base and then salt. He's not eyeing for Castle Age whatsoever. What on earth is going on? He's not even halfway yet. He has a good number of battery rams. It's gonna be hard to place out more gears. Okay, he's really pushing forward. He's chopping down these trees. I wonder if he's got an improved chopping. Wait a second. Where's the Ovo? There's the Ovo. He does get an improved chopping. The stone-based chopping allows him to fell trees into a single chop. He can quickly burrow into his opponent's base. He needs to get out the... I would say he needs to get out more trade, the raid bounty stuff. A bit of getting those research will net him a massive amount of resources. The French player does not know what's going on. He's advancing forward with these Royal Knights. He's walling in, but that's not going to be important. Now I'm getting a little bit giddy. It's like, this is so stupid. It may actually work. The Mongols made the best wood chopper technique out there, since they can fall trees in a single blow. He may want to get a bit as wide as possible to get all these battery ramps through. It does have these outposts going up. He has a massive military force. He has enough spearmen. He may be out-teched. But he has enough guys with pointy sticks to break into his opponent. Does get a good charge attack there. He needs to get these villagers out of there. I wonder how much gold's in these hands. He needs to get the 250 gold and get the improved raid bounty. I do believe that the improved raid bounty would net him a lot of resources. He won't be able to get the Castle Age torch technology. One of this battery ramps slowed on up. And there soon will be a breach. There is, I believe there is a breach now. What does Orange see? What does Orange see? Oops, wrong button. What does Orange see? He sees the blue signs villagers. He doesn't realize it. He may be focused over here. Free camera. Now he sees it. Villagers coming forward to stab his opponent's villagers. Now here comes the horde, which is supposed to technically correct. Oh crap, I said follow camera. Stop following camera. Let me see. Now here comes the spearman, here comes the Batarans. He's getting the Kurultai on the front line. He needs to stop, move the Batarans out of the way. He needs to withdraw something from the guild house. He does withdraw what he can from the guild house because it's about to go down. I don't know if it store charges if it's down. Interesting thing to wonder about. Kurultai going up. Does get the improved. No, he does not get improved. He's not getting it at the moment. Archer's being pursued by the spearmen. Batarams will take out the guild hall. He does not withdraw in time. See, he's still at 280 charges. We'll just come back later, see if it continues the charges. The charges don't get destroyed, looks like. Now here comes the battery rounds. Remember as well, that's 1, 2, and 3 landmarks. Why not agree on the front line to get these guys recollecting? And it does get paused. Now this town center needs to be sieged down. And this actually worked. Elimination. How did that work? Either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching. On to next replay. How did that work? I suppose a lot of Spear Boys is all you need sometimes, and that was the only replay I could get from him. Let's see if a 3D cat will work as opposed to a 2D cat. We got some recent replays, very good. 48-minute. It's a mirror matchup. Not a big fan of mirror matchups. Let's see if there's anything else. Here we go. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another HPowers 4 replay. Spawn on the top left side as the yellow Holy Roman Empire, while Corvinus 1. Spawn on the bottom right side as the blue Abbasid Dynasty. We have 3D Cat, who's not yet a 4D Cat. Holy Roman Empire versus Abbasid Dynasty. Holy Roman Empire has some really powerful mana arms. Abbasid Dynasty, one of the few unique items we don't have covered when fighting against are opposing royal mana, or not royal, or mana arms. With the golems more specialized versus light armor, and the camels, of course, specialized versus horses. Of course, got the Akin Chapel going up, very nice. That is, of course, an incredibly powerful landmark, probably the most powerful Fuel Age landmark there is in this game. House of Wisdom's going out for the military wing. I'm gonna get that small little task force going. Akin Chapel now really being built, and he does have enough stone for another town center. Needs a lot more wood though. The Aachen Chapel's radius is this. Blue does spot it. Very nice. He will quickly click up this wood there and build out his second town center, perhaps on one of these gold deposits. There's 2 gold deposits right next to each other, so that's probably a good spot for a town center. Put it right there. Blue Scout's not being pursued. This is in the radius of the... No. Yeah, it is in the radius of the emergency repairs, so he can, of course, repair that up if he so chooses. Might as well. Not like he's going to get emergency repairs used anytime soon. And that was probably another town center on the front line right here. He will quickly collect up this lumber there. I think the Aachen Chapel. He may be eyeing for a lot of early farms as well. The Aachen Chapel will make those farms incredibly powerful. And he will have good coverage with it. He will put out maybe 20 farms. Yeah, 20 good farms. When I say good farms, I mean like 1 farm distance away from drop-off location. Tower does get garrison there. Very nice. We'll get some good damage there. And we'll go and kill a deer, you monster. Killing the forest doggos. There's also a second town center now, so we got a good amount of village production on both sides. We do have Golden Age Tier 1, and of course the Aachen Chapel, so the economic benefits are quite even, but overall I think the Holy Roman Empire players' economic benefits are much greater, I think, with the Aachen Chapel. Now I do have a Camel Archer here. Camel Archers do hit pretty hard, 12 damage. They only have a 3.75 tower range, so not very good. Camel, however, has received a lot of damage there. Horseman does get a good hit there on that Archer. We've got some early man-at-arms spawn field. And the Camel does see some more hits there. Not even the Scout can shank him with his sword. It's more like a knife, as opposed to Messer. Archer does pick up the Camel there. Very expensive pick there. Very, very nice. And now we've got the economic ring reached by the Abbasid Dynasty player. We've got Fast Castle, not by the Holy Roman Empire, which is pretty common, but by the Abbasid Dynasty. And maybe I can go straight into Lancers. Lancers and Crossbowmen will be very useful versus those man-at-arms. We do have a stable on the field. Very nice. Councilors can find enough defensive arrows to stop this force from advancing. And now do we have marching drills. Economic wing's almost complete. The economic wing, of course, allows access to some very important technology. The agriculture, improved gathering rate of farms by 15%. He also, since he already has the military wing research, he will also have access to the composite bow, increased attack speed of archers. But since he's not deployed out many archers on the field, not very important at the moment. He's going to deploy out a pair of lancers. The Holy Roman Empire player has not gotten to the next age just yet, and he's a bit far away from it. Need a bit more income. He does get a good number of barracks out. He's going to need some spearmen. He's forced to advance forward. Does not take any villagers at the moment. Trying to collect that gold. He needs that gold for the lancers. Even though arrow volley there, he may want to get out arrow slots at the current rate. Villagers not being retasked at the moment. He just may want to get out of the region. Now we've got a pair of lancers on the field. These lancers can do some great work. These man-at-arms only have 10 damage, so with the armor of the lancer of 4 armor, they only take 6 damage each. Does focus on these archers first, since they're quickly killed off. Archers will go down there. Lancer will go down shortly. Another lancer here, and I'll try and collect up these berries. Let's get a good charge attack there. Good hits down those man-at-arms, taking them out. And now these man-at-arms being focused on one at a time. We've got another wave of spearmen, man-at-arm, archer, and scout. Mixed force, small force. We've got some archers here. Some of these villagers starting going down. Right now, blue does have superior number of villages in his opponent. I've got Archer, Veteran Archer, and the Pierce damage being researched by blue.
كما تأمر سيد لإطلاق السهم.
Spearman does go down there. And now you have the Regnig's Cathedral going up. We do also have now the Fertile Crescent, reducing the economic bonus by, and houses by 25%. It is a cheap upgrade for a very cheap discount. For very cheap buildings. Had some good hits there on this Spearman, taking them out. Archers do pick off some of these Spearmen now. There we go. Lance is now trying to hit the Prelate. He's trying to stop this Relic from being claimed. Seeing the Prelates on the front line, make him an idea. He is going for his Castle Age landmark now. I've got this EM picking up a Relic as well. Does pick off that Prelate there. And we'll find some of these villagers. One of those knights or lancers do go down. He may find himself this Prelate. He will spot those villagers collecting some stone there. He may give him an idea that's maybe a keep going up relatively soon. There is only 700 stone there. The keeps do cost a 900. You got composite bow research as well, more pierce armor for blue. Lancer's giving these guys a good run around. Military forces in favor of blue at the moment. And the value is much greater as well. We got a good number of lancers. Got some knights not being pulled in the field. Relic picked on up, very nice.
يتحتم علي أن أقودكم.
And now blue's vying for a line of palisade walls over there. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Right now, blue's picked up one relic, yellow's picked up one. 3 are in the hands of blue. So it looks like blue will pick up the majority of the relics and 9 the use the effects of the majority of the Regnig's Cathedral. Nice charging forward, trying to torch down these barracks. Blue does have a significant larger force on the field. Got some good damage there onto this barracks, trying to get on some more man-at-arms. But at this point in time, he needs more crossbows and spearmen. We do not see any crossbows on the field at the moment. He does use mercenary repair on this barracks, he will save it. And if you look on the mini-map here, blue's going for a massive line of palisade walls. Blue's now going to capture up some of these sacred sites, 2 of them. This 3rd one could be claimed. I saw a relic maybe even brought on the front line. He probably does not needs to get another moss core to throw that in. Barracks now being set ablaze. And that does go down. Mercenary repair sells another 12 seconds. Got a spring golden placement here inside a relic-based building, so he does have his 1 relic in there. Lance charging forward, trying to go for another fortified outpost. Does have a 2nd spring gold firing away as well. Oh, and a Mangonel's not going up. Mangonel's, course, will be effective versus not only the infantry you may face against, but also against the structures. Mangonels do bonus damage versus structures. It will do up to, let's see, 36 times 3, so 96 per volley? No, or 98. 98.
نتحرك الآن.
Oh no, that's 108. Now I'm getting all mixed up.
بعد مماتي.
Yeah, 108. Which is quite significant. I do now see the heavy maces there. That increases damage against heavy targets, such as the Lancers, making it a bit more effective against them. Plus, going for the two-handed weapons, increasing the damage also by 2 as well. So soon they'll do massive damage versus these Lancers. Blue will need to get out some more Mangonels and or crossbows. Now I've got all Sacred Sites captured up by Blue. Got to keep up here as well, trying to secure up the forward gold. Going for a handful of outposts here. A good number of outposts. These outposts don't provide anything special. Tries to volley down those villagers. I go for a stable. Archers needs good damage there with possible to get some good damage on in. Even on the man at arms, currently he does have their 2 pierce armor, so 6 pierce armor. Mangonel needs to start hitting, firing as well. Needs to get out something to engage these knights. Knights and Knights are starting to engage each other now, and not anymore. Mangonel could get a volley here. Springgold takes out the Mangonel. Knights are being encircled by the Knights, the Lancers, and the Archers getting split on these crossbows. Very, very good. Now Bannerman seemed to fire there. He may just want to get this other force just moving forward. Let's get some crossbows himself. And Yellow's front line is starting to disintegrate. Right now, Blue does have more villagers, and now has all 3 Secret Sites and 4 relics. That's a lot of income that his opponent can bring to bear. Yellow does not have much. He has 2 outposts here. Does have 1 relic inside of one. So they provide some good defensive damage against these Lancers, along with these crossbows. And Blue's now creeping on forward, trying to claim multiple valuable sites with his villagers, with the keeps for protection. And this is a massive stone pile that he's going to try to steal from his opponent. We got more siege forces now being pulled up by Blue with his archers. Got an outpost over here as well. And you got outposts here, upgraded with spring golds and fortified. At least just that one. The other ones are just unupgraded. People spot the spring gold and vice versa. Spring gold's now trying to hit these villagers. Does kill one of the villagers there. Very nice. We've now got a Mangonel as well as a Bannerman going on up. You guys can number the spring golds here. Blue side just be a bit safe, advancing slowly. You remember have the sacred site victory potential. This keep will protect this sacred site. This second side is a little exposed, but this army is sort of more or less in the way, though. Mangonel is advancing forward, finds a volley on the villagers. Yellow does not have enough stone for his own keep for defense. Spring Golds are hitting this battle rams. Of course, Spring Gold emplacements don't do well versus the battle rams. Got regular Spring Golds now advancing forward. And over here we do have these Lancers finding these villagers. Villagers trying to shank them. It will not go too well. They do have 5 armor, and the villagers do only have 7 attacks, so they do 2 damage per ship. Springall's advancing forward, trying to find another opportunity. Got a large number of villagers here. Yakin Chapel's providing some great collection rate in this area. And now looks like Blue Springall's pushed too far forward. Will go down, at least significantly. Got a good number of archers and crossbows in this area, hitting this heavy armor. Yellow needs to go for some of his own archers. Ooh! Mangonel finds a direct hit there on those archers. Finds a good Mangonel shots there, wiping out one whole unit. Yellow's not advancing forward with a lot of heavy armor. Blue does have a significant amount of crossbows here and using some force to hold the line with. Yellow's front line starting to disintegrate. Got these archers and prelates moving around. And Blue has another keep over here, trying to put up the stone as well. Mangonel volley. Finds a decent hit there. Splashes a little bit on the spring golds as well. Yellow has got another spring golds here as well. Got a trebuchets hitting this infrastructure or towers. Lancers push way forward. We'll find some of these villagers. We'll find a lot of spring golds. Yellow's villagers being recast in this gold deposit. He needs that gold. Yellow's in an increasingly bad position right now. Sacred Sight's victory is 5 minutes, so he needs to start advancing forward. The most exposed one is definitely the southern one. Trying to repair up this tower now. Does only take wood to repair towers. He himself upgraded fort with stone. Got a big amount of infrastructure going up. He needs that production, of course. It is there. The Holy Roman Empire player does have quite a bit of resources stored up, but he just simply does not have the production structures like that. Mangonel finds good hits there, trying to push his way forward. There's been no crossbows in this region. Got some credits here to heal them. Mangonel's and Spring Gold's engaging. Blue's down to 1 Spring Gold. Yellow still has 2. Blue's down to 0. Crossbows in a good position to hold back his opponent. Mangonels are now able to rein in untested. There's 3 of them there for Yellow. And this tower is still being repaired up by those trebuchets. And still got 4 minutes left. Yellow needs to start eyeing for the southern one. He has been a number of barracks and archer ranges here. Going for a round of regular archers that will be useful versus these crossbows and archers. And now got trade ring now being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player. Got the veteran spearman research, as well as that veteran horseman. Veteran horseman. He's trying to build a squad of horsemen. They need to go down south. Power's still being repaired on up. Some of these villagers will go on down. Spearman gains a good damage there onto these knights or lancers. Got a good number of archers, however, pick them off, as well as crossbowmen as well. Outpost slow going down. Mangonel's firing some more shots there. Blue has a pair of spring golds here. Yellow does have 1 spring gold, looks like. Another good round of Mangonel hits there, hitting those archers and crossbows. Blue's front lines starting to disintegrate, both of them down to minimal force. Horsemen charging forward. That tower, fortified tower does go down. Archers and crossbows making their way forward. Got 2 minutes left in the sacred site. Yellow needs to get out a squad to hit forces to one of these sacred sites. This one could potentially be breached. As long as he has you on top of it, the sacred site countdown will pause. Blue also has a massive amount of gold, and you will be able to get those advanced black technologies up quickly, such as elite army tactics and biology. There goes that tower, or gate. A lot of infrastructure here. He can't really dilly-dally with that sacred site countdown. Just trying to go for defensive keep here. Or offensive, it's a both. And there's Imperial Age 4 Blue. Going for agricultural. I can know crossbows here, but right now there's a lot of horsemen, not knights here. We've got Mangonel's finding more and more good volleys in this region. At this point, Sacred Sight's not being decaptured at the moment. Trebuchet's trying to start hitting that keep as it's still being built. Spring Gold's getting hit significantly. 1 Spring Gold does go down. Trebuchet's engaging. Mangonel's needs to start hitting these crossbows. Archers and crossbows over here doing some good work. Blue Spring Gold's trying to advance forward. Does get a hit there on the Mangonel's. Getting repaired on the front line. Mangonel finds a good counter barrage there. Trebuchet's hitting the keep. Sacred Sight being decaptured. victory is being paused. Ooh, villagers received a nice deadly hit there. The second side has been decapitated, so yellow can breathe better. But right now, yellow has a good amount of force on the field. We've got a massive wave of hand cannoneers not being deployed out by the Abbasid Dynasty player. He's went from Pure Age, but having trouble utilizing that technology advantage now. Now got a Culverin here. Hand cannoneers, of course, good. Crossbowmen, however, do outrange them, so do archers. These hand cannons are going down. Yellow does capture the central secret side, giving a bit of extra gold income. But remember as well, blue has the majority of the map, claiming a lot of these resources under the sphere of influence. The longer the game goes on, yellow will do better, or blue will do better. Blue also has 142 villagers, opponent has 129, so both have good amount of villagers. We've got a big wave of infrastructure trying to be pulled up by blue. Horsemen charging forward, there's some exposed villagers in this area. Townsite could be garrisoned if he's having trouble keeping this area garrisoned. Got some good number of hand cannoneers. They love to shoot everything. Crossbows and hand cannoneers push way forward. Horsemen going down. Looney's like kind of rebuilds front line. He has plenty of buildings he could trade for. Seeing the number of horsemen and hand cannoneers there. And yellow's going for the Alkbach Castle in the front line. That is a little bit risky. Alkbach Castle gets plus 50% health, and all buildings with influence take 33% less damage. Blue just needs to see. He can abandon this area, sort of. Though he doesn't want to lose his moss, he has not gotten a Hive Barn. And now the Alkbach Castle has been built in the front line. Yellow has a massive reserve of resources. He is at 56 out of 60. He may have been at age 3 for time frame. He does get the trade one, so he may have some traders moving around. A handful of traders never hurt. I suppose a handful of traitors. Alkbach Castle has been garrisoned for his own single relic, though then again, that was all those dropped on relics. He actually does claim his opponent's relics. Let's get one of them inside this palace. Could go for the Elm Close as well. Blue's going for a defensive line of stone walls, and Exotic Doggo getting some bites there. Keep Silver Pamps and that gold there, very nice. And sealing those relics is one of the few times that unusually happens, but does. Blue still has a significant amount of backline infrastructure, so don't have to worry about that. Just need to take time to rebuild up forces. There's almost a pub cap, Yellow's a pub cap. Both of them are dealing with a similar sized army. He's trying to get out some more battering rams, which will be useful. It's not influential for mercenary repairs. You can only have frontline, what's it called? Town center for the mercenary repair ability. Right now, Blue does have a high-quality army. He has a massive number of Janissaries, but he also has a good number of siege weapons on the field. Primarily these 3 counterweight trebuchets. He also has 3 battering rams. Blue's trying to go out for more battering rams. That's getting out biology and very powerful research, giving his horsemen more health. Spearmen advancing forward. We'll pick off some of these spearmen with the hand cannoneers. Alkbach Castle has upgraded its weapon placements. And it looks like all these villagers do go down. The castle goes down. 8 villagers right there can go down. He still has his gold deposit up here collecting. His gold deposit down here is down 7 gold, so there's nothing much for Yellow to claim right there. Veterans push way forward. Remember as well, his 2 landmarks are right here, so he can't retreat back any farther than this. Maybe want his opponent to push on forward so he can engage from a better position, but he's going to lose a lot of his infrastructure. He does need that infrastructure for production itself of his military units. The longer the game goes on, you will need to start building them rebuilding faster than your opponent. Now we've got blue Iron Park counterattack. He's bringing forward the battering rams. Yellow has his battering rams pushing forward. Horsemen do bonus damage to siege, so they can do bonus damage to these battering rams. Both sides have a good number of horsemen, but also blue has a superior number. Battering rams started going down. Do now have these hand cannons getting some good damage over here. Barons sort of make their way forward. Hand cannons getting some great damage. Yellow's front lines start to disintegrate. Blue does not have a lot of reinforcements available, but it has a massive number of hand cannons on field queue. Yellow's trying to push these villagers way forward in order to sail the Block Castle. We do have the fire armor. He probably should have gone reinforce defenses first. Got these battery rams getting some good damage on the infrastructure. Blue is lost a lot of housing there. Looks like all Blue's battery rams do go down to a number of villager torches. Horseman now trying to hit those battering rams, trying to clean them up. Mark it right there. And he's got some more housing. Does get out more housing somewhere. He does have a good amount of food stored up. Not a lot of gold or wood. Not much wood deposits he can claim. Got the battery rams not breaking through this gate. He could potentially throw his hand cannons on top of the walls to get increased range. Lumber camps going down, destroying them. He needs that lumber. Horseman may for her get some of these villagers killed off. He does not have a lot of infrastructure left now, does he? He needs to build a lot more stables. He has a lot of cannoneers queued up and a horseman. I don't think it's across many structures. Yeah, look at that. Most of that are across a handful of structures. You need to build more stables to help you remax. Right now, Yellow has a massive amount of income coming on in. He's pretty far away from Tier 3 Golden Age, which will give him some extra production speed and collection rate. The production speed is going to be very important right now. Production rate is also very important. Research speed, not so much. Let's get in the lightweight frameworks research, or whatever it's called, for improving the health of your siege weapons. I could volley there on these battering rams. Do have a lot of PS armor, however. Now these hand cannons are hitting those horsemen. Does get focus on the horsemen. Now we're going to be charging forward trying to deal with these archers. Over here, these horsemen are trying to hit the villagers. Got these main armor charging forward. They're fully kitted out to deal with anything they fight. Though hand cannons just love to shoot everything. Batterin's now trying to cleave their way forward. He's losing his max population. More battering rams not being caught up by Yellow. Very nice. Man arms charging on in. More of these man arms are however being gunned down by those hand cannoneers. More hand cannoneers in the backline trying to do these man arms. He is going to take out the primary town center. That's landmark 1 of 2. In fact, oh, he's down to 6 structures? That's not right. He should have more than 6 structures because I'm counting a lot here. That must be some sort of bug. Something just counting down will not use count up. Because when you look here, there's more than 10 structures there. Got all of Yellow's battering rams and trebuchets hitting the House of Wisdom. It does have 17,000 health. But there's a lot of battering rams battering it down. Horseman need to start focusing on these battering rams. He does have a good number of villagers trying to repair the House of Wisdom. But still, these trebuchets still being a bit of a problem. Got a large number of towers here. He does give them for. He does have emergency repairs available for the Hellcloth Castle. Does take out these battering rams. Blue may want to counterattack now. Yellow has not having trouble remaxing. Blue has enough population space for everything now. These battering rams just charging forward just to get structural damage and keep his opponent's forces back so he can regroup. He's still having trouble reproducing. I think he still needs to build up more production structures. House of Wisdom seeing quite a bit of damage right there. So being repaired up, he is also repairing up the primary town center. He's trying to stop that. He has no additional towns on the field, so all villager losses are permanent at the moment. Horseman charging forward from over on these trebuchets. There's a massive amount of battering rams deployed out by both sides. Town center is taking severe amount of damage, but can't be set ablaze since it does not have. It's not an active structure. Let's take out some of these fortified outposts. A number of these trebuchets have gone down. More horsemen and hand cannons being streamed on in. Try to get these battering rams. Blue's battering rams being recast back. I think we should just continue moving forward. And going down south with them wouldn't hurt. These villagers have pushed too far forward. Now they can gun down and stab by this horseman. These battering rams are doing a good job of blocking his opponent's battering rams. Yep, he needs to perhaps reorganize his production, because right now he's not producing from all those stables or archery ranges, since they're freshly built. Horsemen charging forward, trying to overrun these forces. The gold on the map, this is the biggest, that's probably the biggest gold deposit on the map. Yellow's actually running out of gold to use. He does have all 5 relics at the moment, which is very important, as well as 2 sacred sites. These battering rams are basically tank traps at this point in time. They're choking up movement. That's what they're doing right now. Which is actually very smart. Got Spring Gold here, just trying to poke away against these battering rams. Now Blue's eyeing for a counterattack. He does have a good number of battering rams to push through this area. Just needs to clear up all the supporting forces. He also has a good number of hand cannoneers. Battering rams pushing the way forward. Got these battering rams also pushing the way forward. So he does have the town center not fully repaired just yet. He has a golden age 3, so he does have the increased production speed and resource gathering rate. That production speed is very important right now, as well as the gathering rate. Taking out these battering rams, they're being picked apart by these horsemen. As I mentioned before, the elite horsemen do bonus damage to the siege, plus 10 to the siege. They're doing 24 damage per hit. And right now they're getting choked up right here as well. I don't think this town has actually been rebuilt just yet, so unable to rebuild any more villagers. He also having trouble remaxing. He actually has hardly any military forces out on the field, 19. Blue doesn't realize it, but he can counterattack for severe damage. Got an outpost here. Yellow's villagers trying to destroy this outpost. Perhaps get that garrison repaired up. Towns have been rebuilt. He needs to queue up as many villagers as he can, or deploy out as many villagers as he can. Got additional towns that are being plotted over here as well. He's realizing he needs to get more villagers out. Blue can counterattack, but he simply does not know. Got some horsemen over here. Trying to go for some trade. Does not have the Spice Road, nor some of the others research for related to trade. Horsemen advancing on forward. House of Wisdom and the primary town center has been repaired up. Getting some hits there on some of these villagers, but got some cannon placements. We got Tideborn for the Holy Roman Empire player. So you will have a very good amount of gold generation. I do not see any more gold on the map. That's why Blue's trying to transition to some traders. He does have some gold generation somewhere. I'm not really sure from what though. He does not have any relics himself. Oh, the single site? That should only provide 225. Yep, it's rapidly decreasing. Right now it's 100. Massive Mangonel hit there. There's the Mangonels. As I've been a horseman, these blues batteries are being used as tank traps. Making start going down. It's just getting a very bad engagement. Yellow has more forces than his opponent, and these Mangonels will pose a massive threat. He really should eye getting these hand cannoneers on the high ground up here. Not only will make them a bit more resilient, but also +2 range makes them very good. It's a good defensive position to say this. More archers being put on the field, very nice. I don't think they're elite archers yet, they're just veteran archers. The Blues battery rams starting to charge it forward. There's a lot of towers here, an absurd number of towers. Yellow's battery rams have gone complete through this town center. Skirmish of forces all across the map. More villagers go down, more both sides can feel the larger military. Battery rams now, a lot of battery rams are not connected to House of Wisdom. Everyone for court architectures improve its health. And now he's out of horsemen as well to deal with these battery rams. I think this is going to be game. And Blue does back of the game now. This is Great saying thank you for watching and on to next replay. And before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me another moment. My apologies. I'm back. So, I'm actually out of a drink. So, let me fetch another drink. My apologies, just please give me another moment. And then it partially exploded. How fun. So, let's see if there's another replay. We have a 3D cat as opposed to a 2D cat. Let's see. Yeah, there's an Abyssin Mirror. I could do that one. That's the one we just did. 22 minutes, we could do that one. Same players though. Same players though. A number of replays we can go through here. Start tired casting English and Abyssid. We can do this one. Yeah, let's do this one here. 28 minutes, French versus English. Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Small on the bottom right side as the Magenta French, we have PTA. Small on the top left side as the English, we have a 3D printed cat. Oh wait, just 3D cat. Clearly it was 3D printed, right? Scout moving down south. Does receive a bit of a town center arrow fire. Let's see now, English versus French, time old enemies. Like the Englishmen and the Scots. The Frenchmen and the Scots. And the Japanese, and the Scots. The Scots and other Scots. Damn those Scots. They're in Scotland. We do have the Abbey Kings being employed on the field. A little bit of variation. Other things I would like to see in Feudal Age. We're going to perhaps see potentially Longbowmen, Men-at-Arms. Pretty common units, but they don't both pose a massive threat to Royal Knights. Longbowmen are always usually pretty common, but likely we're going to see Spearmen, Longbowmen against the potential Royal Knights of his opponent, and likely in turn we'll see archers. And we do got stone being put up early, so it looks like the French is eyeing for a second town center. So is the English. We got one Royal Knight on the field, and the King himself. Overall, the King is inferior to the Royal Knight. Royal Knight does have 190 health, 3/3 armor, 19 attack, plus the +3 from the charge attack there. You can see here, and the King only has 16 damage, 2/2 armor, but it does have increased amount of health. We do now have the Scout trying to get some damage on in. The Scout could try to poke away. Oh, there we go. You can see him trying to body block that Knight, or yeah, he does body block the Knight away from the King. Now we've got the health regen activating. Does get the charge attack going. The Scout needs to fall back and eat that lance for his King. And there's just a Scout right there, not another Royal Knight. There's only one Royal Knight to put on the field, as well as the King. Similar composition. Now the Scout's getting healed up.
Obey you.
It does eat a lance there as well. That's a pretty good girlfriend for the King, now is it? Does get a good strike there. He's trying to focus on the Scout. Scout falls back. Good micro there. Now the King and the Knight are going to be fighting each other, but the Knight is going to fall back. We're seeing a bit too much damage there. Does receive some arrow fire. Does get the town center garrison. King ate a lot of arrows there. The King's down to 16 health. And the Knight does do 19 damage. And the charge attack finishes him off. I do have second town center deployed out on the field for both players. Or being employed out, I should say, as well. The Knight's just going to stand there menacingly. And the Scout lost her boyfriend. We now have barracks going up. He's probably going to eye for some spearmen. We do got survival techniques now deployed out for the... Not sure which player it was. Definitely the French, since the English has his on its way. We got wheelbarrow also for the French as well. And Exotic Doggo does go down there. Another Exotic Doggo pushed forward. We got the Knights. Oh, these wolves could kill that Knight. And up here we do have a Spearman. We do have 5, soon to be 6 Royal Knights on the field. We got a handful of Spearmen, Longbowmen. So it's transitioned to more of a traditional loadout. Getting some good damage there onto that Knight. And there goes that Knight. Looks like he has cleaned up most of those deer. Too many villagers there trying to collect that deer. They want to transition to the berries next, since if he does not have enough wood for farms. There's 15 villagers in this area, so not enough room for everybody in case if those Knights come back. And now I do have chivalry being researched by the French. Maybe it's these 2 Knights are having plenty of health at the moment. This Knight's severely damaged, so it's a good idea to get chivalry to heal him up. Knights are expensive; they cost 100 gold, so chivalry could potentially save him 100 gold right there, as well as 100 food. So getting this research costs 300. As long as it gets tops off the health of like 3 Knights, it's definitely paid for itself. Got a line of palisade walls going up. Knights trying to charge him forward. Will find a good spear brace there, but the palisade wall will prevent him from additional pokes. And thanks to his own palisade wall there, he didn't actually get the kill. And now chivalry there, that thing can get healed up all the way. Knights do advance forward, get some good damage there, and receive a lot of fire from the town center. Oh, and save him as well. The chivalry will give him quite a bit of health benefits now. Good number of these roll. He did not save that one for health benefits. It took a long time for those guys to heal up, but alive is better than dead, that's for sure. I try and go for a line of palisade walls there. He could perhaps get a quick stab. And does not get those ghosts in time. He was trying to trap them, and he is just trying to fall back. Does see a bit of arrow fire on the wounded one, but he will escape. Just don't go back in, you're going to be dead. They try and charge back in. Does heal back the wounded one, and both of them need to fall back now. Now the Royal Institute not being researched or being pulled on the field. Looks like we do have Castle Wage going on up. Good damage on these Royal Knights. They didn't fall back, get healed up. And Spearmen are still in pursuit. If you look at the English player's resource at the moment, he is very, very far away from getting his Castle Wage up and going. He will lose one of these Royal Knights, will lose a scout as well. These forces just need to stay back. They need a lot of health regen. Archers and Spearmen advancing on forward. These Knights still need a lot of health. He currently has 7 Knights on the field. He's going for his veteran Knight, Royal Knight research. He does have a bit of resource to play around with to get out some more archers. Going for Royal Bloodlines. Not archers, more Knights. This will greatly increase the max health of these Royal Knights. He needs to get out more stables, though, and more resources to get out more Royal Knights. Just take a bit of time for these guys to heal up. Right now, Blue has a massive arm claw field compared to his opponent. Granted, he does not realize that. Blue's going for Siege Engineers. Does find a good volley on these villagers. No arrow slips here means they won't be able to... One of them can outrange the tower. Good volley there on those archers as well. Once it does allow them to research the technology is cheaper, not necessarily faster. Villagers maybe are trying to get inside the town center now. Does get its arrows firing, very nice. Up here, the Royal Knights are pushing forward, intercepting the reinforcements. Very, very nice. Good little pick there. Magenta has half the army than his opponent, though. Getting out more archers, more Royal Knights. Two batterings now pulled on the field for the English player. The army value, however, is very similar because Royal Knights are expensive. So right now there's a lot of spearmen here, and the longbowmen are in a pretty good mass, so they can get some great damage. Right now, longbowmen do 7 damage. Royal Knights have 5 pierce armor. They do have their Royal Bloodlines research, giving them up to 310 health. They can withstand a beating, but they can also give a beating. Batterings have been warded away. His archer's getting some good hits there onto these spearmen. Does load up his spear inside that battering ram. He's going to try to crack it open and get nice, delicious insides. Mill's been set ablaze. Can't mill berries into a thin paste if it's on fire, because then they roasted nuts. Royal Knights could charge forward a little bit, could perhaps take out that battering ram. Does take out the battering ram or deal some damage there. Royal Knights having trouble engaging, gets some hits there on those longbowmen. And right now, these Knights are super high quality with their extra health they have. One was trying to charm forward to get these archers, having a bit of trouble. And the Royal Knights will breach on through. Takes out those spearmen there. Now these longbowmen will be next. Needs to pull out more spearmen. But even right now, Feudal Age spearmen will have severe trouble versus these veteran Royal Knights with their extra amount of health. As they're starting to fall back, they can use Chivalry to get them some health regen. Now I got a monster going up. He's on to claim some relics. Zalak Dago gains some buys there, and now he's going for the King's Palace. He does make him have a third town center, gets out some extra villagers. Magenta right now has more villagers than his opponent. They have a similar kill counts. Wait, 1, 2, 1, 2. Looks like the English players simply skimped out on producing villagers. Royal Knight's getting some really good returns for the health regen. And now he's going to try torching down this palisade gate. He's going to need a lot of spearmen to hold him back. There's only 12 spearmen here, and there's 14 Royal Knights. With the improved health of the Royal Knights, that's simply just not enough spearmen to hold him back. Especially being lower technology. That's going to volley arrows there. He needs to get the veteran spearman research. Another relic picked, or first relic picked on up. He has not researched his hardened spearman research, or veteran spearman research. More spearmen is a good idea, though. And Palisade Gate has been opened up, but doesn't reach on forward. We'll immediately try to rebuild it. Let's get the Palisade Wall rebuilt.
What needed work?
Manuel Archers, les commandements Gates, double relais.
Now, do have the hard veteran spearman research will be very important to deal with those Royal Knights. Royal Knights are trying to advance back in. There's 14 here. There's 18 spearmen, but the squad of longbowmen that may be enough to hold them back. Got this archer force here in this region. The Jedi has picked up another relic. And now we do have the enlist incentives. We do have another outpost going on up. And this scout could go down. Nope, does not go down. Do we have a keep somewhere for Magenta? Yep, and there's a keep going up for Magenta now. Second site being captured on up. Very nice. Scout trying to be pursued. Let's get that scout there. Let's get a good volley there on these knights. And second side has been captured on up. We've got these relics. Looks like this monk is going to be picking up that relic. This one is untouched, and this one should be safe for blue to keep secure. We've got 20 Royal Knights here. 15 Spearmen. That's probably not enough, but does get some good damage there with the Longbowmen. They're putting up to 10 damage, and Spearman finds a massive flank there. This is going to be a big loss for the French. He may claim himself a pair of Spearmen there. Yep, got a pair of Spearmen. Or he got a pair of Spearmen.
What shall each do?
Got these knights falling on back. These man-at-arms push their way forward. We got the archers eyeing for a big volley here. Does get some good damage onto those man-at-arms. Knights are charging forward. We've got a good number of archers in this region. Before the longbowmen do have 10 damage. The Royal Knights only have 6 armor, so they take 4 damage per arrow. Right now we do have the Gambeson's research, giving him Arbiter's increased damage. He will spot this monk there. Monk will be sliced down. One more relic could be claimed by Magenta. Archers receiving a bit of fire there. We do have some man-at-arms here. We do not see an armor clad. We do have armor clad on the field queue now. It's going for hack damage now. Relic's still on its way back. He could use... No, the conversion virtual is still on cooldown. Monsters on the front line, so could it go down himself. Archers receiving a bit of fire there. Royal Knights have created the breach, trying to get some good damage. Spearman here to the fence. Keep here, getting some good damage onto these forces. Now got crossbow stirrups there, increasing attack speed of Arbaletiers. Royal Knights will not get a charge right there, not being charged in there. It looks like most of those spearmen have gone on. Some of the Royal Knights have gone down as well. Man-at-arms are now up to 7 pierce armor, so these archers that do 9 or 8 damage at the moment will only do 1 damage each. Monk does go down, trying to pick up that last relic over there. Loons looks eyeing for another attempt for this relic. Nope, those are spearmen. And now you have the red palace not being pulled on the field. Good hit right next to these forces. He perhaps can get a garrison wherever he needs to. It'll be a powerful animal with this nearby keep here. It's going to be very hard to break into this area. These villagers can get inside this. The red palace will get a bunch of arbalists firing. This force simply cannot be in this region. With Imperial Rage research can the elite research going. He's going to break through that wall now. Trying to pursue some of these villagers there. The English army is falling on back. He's going to need more spearmen to deal with these Royal Knights. Soon they're going to be elite Royal Knights. Does get a spear brace there. He's up one of those Royal Knights, and there's now the elite Royal Knight. Now it's up to 394 health, which is significant. Got some Arbaletiers now mixed on in, or crossbows, I mean. Spearman trying to hold the line. He needs his army back over here, but got this other force advancing on forward. His army's just rotating around, got to keep here. Don't worry about the English. He needs to get this wall patched on up. We've got a big wave of towers there for some reason. Towers do not get the Arbalest in placement. Arbaletiers not getting hit. He can use passives and greatly increase their ranged armor. Let's get inside the keep there, falling him back. He may need to get out the Berkshire Castle for defense at current rate. He has no food for that. Does get a spear brace. And now the Royal Knights are pushing way forward, getting some great damage. Spearman getting funneled into a pretty nice choke point there. He's having trouble advancing forward, but most of the Royal Knights have gone down. And these archers are falling on back. But you got these Royal Knights now charging these forces here, getting some good damage onto them. He does have a number of these villagers going down. Magenta has killed 37 villagers, but Golden only has killed 2. These Royal Knights are moving around. We'll find these villagers a little bit alone. We'll go ahead and get them overwhelmed. He actually will save this one villager, just collecting up the last bit of gold there. Longbow being put on field, getting some good hits on these Arbalists. Arbaletiers do have currently 5 tower range. They get improved range when the passive's now deployed on the field, but still be outranged. Let's pull out some palings there, but I think he's facing the wrong direction. And now the French players are eyeing to get out some trade research. Spearman getting some good hits there onto these Royal Knights. He's trying to get freed up sooner rather than later so he can maintain Royal Knight production. Arbaletiers getting some good damage on in as well. Keepland's constantly firing away. Doesn't have any additional defensive placements at the moment. Crossbows getting some good work done. He does take out the majority of these Royal Knights. Royal Knights being streamed in one at a time, slowly overwhelming this force. These players haven't nowhere near getting up to the next age. He does have a good number of spearmen, crossbows, and longbowmen all in the build queue. Just a matter of getting them actually built. May not have enough production structures at the moment. Oil being researched as well. Does get the spring ball there, and now the Sacred Site victory counting down in favor of the French. Getting those Sacred Sites also give them some good gold generation. Right now, the French player has somehow 2,000 each resource being collected, while his opponent only has half that. I suppose he does have all his economic techs, while the English player has basically no economic techs at the moment. And as well, he has nearly too many villagers, far too many villagers. He's not getting out of the way of traders. Bannerman's not being put on the field. Does have this Royal Knight on the back line as well. Keep now seeing some fire. And blue does back out the game now. This is Adam Grid saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Undo this one. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the top left side as Orange Jelly Sultanate, we have Rack Attack. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Blue Mongols, we have 3D Cat. We've got the two villagers and the scout moving over here, trying to secure up the fishies. Dock being built. Over here, we got the single Mongol villager now advancing forward. He will spot the scout. He's going to start hacking apart. Exotic Doggo's here as well, so perhaps could get some extra damage there. And now got the Khan here to protect his villager. The Khan needs to focus on that wolf. The villager can't sustain any bit more damage. And now, the thing as well, Delhi Sultanate, their fishing boats do have a basic attack, which basically causes these sort of matches to be hard. His villagers will not be able to deploy any sort of dock as long as they're in the region. It's almost sort of stupid how the Delhi Sultanate's initial boats like that can just instantly declare a fight they win. At this point in time, now the sea is uncontestable due to a fishing boat. He's trying to deploy out outposts that do have a full tower range, which should be reachable there. Going to take a bit of time to go on up, and we'll only get some basic pressure onto this dock. It says fishing boat, it has a unique symbol, but it's not with that little benefit. That's all it causes that unique symbol. Nothing too unique about it. Oh, either way, since now we do have spearmen not being pulled on the field, trying to torch down the dock. The outpost, he's trying to push forward with these spearmen to ward away these fishing boats. Cancels the outpost and decides to pull it farther back, and he was pretty close to being fully built. Now he's out of range. So he does not have the villager up here. So as of right now, he cannot rebuild the dock at the moment. That little arrow does cause some massive issues. 188 health. Are they healthier than regular fishing boats as well? Oh, this is that villager. He's going to build a palisade wall there. Mongol player has deployed out 5 spearmen. He's ready to get inside this tower with those spearmen. And right now, yeah, he needs to get out another dock over here. A nice, safe, hidden dock in case he loses primary dock. That way he can just let that go down for the time being and still collect up some of these fishies. Now see some arrow fire onto these villagers. The Khan does 2 damage per arrow. And does see bonus damage there from the scouts, because the Khan is classified as a scout. Exotic Doggo being a bit of a problem. That village is quite damaged. Now he's trying to torch down this outpost as the villager and a spearman on the inside. Got more spearmen not being pulled on field. He's eyeing to harass the gold deposit. He does not have enough gold at the moment. Now he does for the age up. Loss going up. We'll probably see the Tower of Victory. I don't know what the other Delhi landmark is, because I only ever see Tower of Victory. Got Deer Stones being put on the field. So an advanced order of this tower as well. Got a defense tower being put up by the Delhi Sultanate. Tower of Victory is on the build queue. This tower will go up before the Mongol tower. And now the villagers coming in for some torches as well. Tower of Victory is halfway completed. This outpost is out of range of the other outpost. You can see here's the damage range. It needs to be upgraded arrow slits to reach over here. And there goes that dock. He can rebuild a dock over here. He does have enough wood for it. There's dock now. Tower Victor is still being built on up. Deerstone is being built as well. And we may see a dock here for the Mongol player as well. We got these spearmen trying to find another opening. He will spot these palisade walls. And now the Paraspearmen will get inside of this outpost. Got Feudal Age for the Mongol player. Now he's placing a dock on top of the ruins of the dock. I don't think it's like, what's it called? Supreme Commander, we get cheaper, already half built and cheaper cost. Well, in Supreme Commander, the halfway built was cheaper cost. We got the arrow slope being researched. It will also increase the range of the outpost by 1. Spearman not push away forward. We could see an arrow ship to protect this area. Yes, he's going for an arrow ship. Does get the arrow slits there. First thing he probably needs to build is probably the defensive arrow emplacement on that dock. Got now this outpost firing away as well. He may want to get out the hardened spearman research relatively soon. Going for a second dock, going for the arrow slip now, going for some arrow ships. Eyeing for a fire ship now. I believe. I'm not sure if the defensive arrows will be enough to protect it. Protect the dock primarily. Putting some of that gold there. It's a little bit far forward, which means harassable. Let's see, we've got an archer deployed on the field for orange. Let's start to get out some more archers. Mining camp still going on down. We do have now the Khan getting some arrows over here. We see another defensive arrow. Nope, it does need a bit more stone. The naval arrow slits. We do have a fire ship here. Arrow ships now engaging. Does use these fish ships to get that repaired. Now do have a spring gold ship here. Does go for his own spring gold ship. Very nice. Now going for another defensive air slit. Going for multiple spring golds. Khan being chased out of town. And the research will complete before that mining camp goes down. Spearman advancing forward. And there's a nope, no hardened spearman research just yet. Spring gold ship and arrow ship finds a good volley there. Does he have piracy? No, he does not have piracy. Got the incendiary ship. Getting some good, receiving some volleys there from the arrow slits. It has 35 damage, 11 power range. Now spring gold ship's gonna be hit by the defensive arrow emplacements. Mongol fire ship advancing forward. Maybe not. Arrow ship finds a good volley there. Does not get hit there. Does hit the arrow ship. Fire ship will go down. Mongols have good defensive placement here. No additional fishing dock here. So if the Mongol player really wants to get the area secure, he just needs to throw more economy into it. Takes on an arrow ship. Got nothing else being pulled out here. Not a fire ship. Mining camp soon to be set ablaze, which will give him a small amount of food and gold. No hardened spearman research just yet. While there's none of these ships are quite damaged, of course the healing orthodox will come in handy. Find some of these fishing ships there, very good. That's the primary goal, is to destroy the fishing ships. Got 3 spring gold ships here, got another fire ship here. The arrow ship's going to be pursuing the fire ship. Get some hits there on the fishing ships. And does connect, takes out the spring gold ship there. The Mongol player is now pretty much secured the sea. He just needs to clean up this area. No arrow slits. He may just want to let that just go down. And without piracy, does not get any sort of extra income. We do now have some more efficient production. Anyone hit that villager. Villager gets impaled by a giant spear. And now he needs to start getting out some fishing ships of his own. That can provide him a great amount of food. With 2 docks here, he can quickly build them out. There's 5 or 3 deep shore fishies, which means I would say no more than 8 fish chips. You only want to collect that. But there's a lot of shore fish on this map as well, so you can go for some extra fishing ships to collect those up. Send 8 to the deep sea, and send maybe another 4 onto the shore fish. And that should be plenty of fishing ships in the area, so I'd say 12 fishing ships is a good number. The reason why I say 8 here, takes 2 to reach the soft cap of the food collection. So that would be 6, and additional 2 just for traverse time, I would say. You can always go for guild nets as well, it would change the math a little bit. Guild nets and extended lines. Let's see now. Mongol player has more civilian production at the moment. He also did, of course, won the sea. Got more military units on for the Mongol player as well, but most of them is a good chunk of it is locked away at sea and inside this outpost. So nope, he doesn't get out of the outpost there. Now got the Mongol fishing ships now being put on the field. He needs our iron for our ground army. We do have a good number of archery ranges here. Let's see how much stone. This oval is actually almost consumed, so we actually spent most of the stone on those spearmen. You could save the rest of that stone for the improved siege engineers. Let's see, there's 100 left. That should be enough for the improved siege engineers. That way you can get pull out Maginot, Spring Golds, and Traction Trebuchets for your units at Castle Age. Oh, did he just annihilate his sheep with the archers? Okay. Does have an outpost here for defense for his villagers. Here getting knocked around. Orange has a sizable army here, includes a lot of Ghazi Riders. Keshiks will be able to engage all of it. Ghazi Riders, of course, do bonus hit versus heavy, but that damage is quite minimal. Mostly meant for man-at-arms, in my opinion. So Keshiks should be just fine. The Mongol civilian count should skyrocket with these fishing ships now being put on the field. He does have boats being on patrol move as well. And he doesn't have to worry about housing to keep those boats up and going. Mongols do have decent water play thanks to the housing, how way they collect up stone. And piracy can be quite good. It's one of those win more mechanics. Honestly, if anything needs to be one of the many things that Mongols as a faction needs to be relooked at, because they're overall a pretty weak faction, would be the raid, because it's more of a win-more situation. If you can't destroy any buildings, then you get no economic benefits. If you destroy a lot of buildings, then you can not only deny a lot of infrastructure to your opponent, you also get a lot of resources in return. It's a snowball mechanic, which that's generally a bad idea as a game design. Let's have these archers push right forward. Keshik's advancing forward as well, getting some great damage. Looks on orange archers with his own archers. Keshik's getting some good damage. Does use the arrow there. Soon orange's archers there. Keshiks do, of course, were severely outnumbered the entire time. They did a good job holding the line. More archers being put on the field. You can focus on these Ghazi Riders. Get some good damage down the Ghazi Riders. Right now, let's see. We do have pierce damage from pierce armor for blue, which I believe does affect the fishing the arrow ship. Yep, you can see the +1 pierce damage on his arrow ships. Does not affect the spring golden ships, but does affect the arrow ships. It's actually very important. So if you ever wonder what way you can get an edge in your naval battle, get your your pierce damage research. You'd be surprised how effective mass arrow ships can be with that research going. Kazirai is slowly being picked on off. There we go. All the Kazirai down, and now it's just Archer 5. We got about 13 archers here versus 12 archers here, but now the Keshik's charging forward, and the Scholar's trying to get some health regen because Paul not be that great. Keshik's trying to fall back with his archers there. Just need to get out some more Keshiks. So I have a handful of spearmen somewhere. See one in there. There's the other floor. So it does not have hardened spearman research. This is a lot of fishing ships, maybe a little bit too many. You can start retasking some of them onto the shore fish. Because these deep water fish will be quickly drained. Do not got pierce damage being researched or hack damage researched by the Mongol player. We've got these forces forming up, we're getting ready to push on forward. As front line archer ranges here, which can be very useful to the Mongol if he raids it. Let's see, where's the Dovo has not been replaced. He has none of this research. The improved whistling arrow could be very useful, but right now his stone is at 80. You could eye for this stone outcropping there. He does not having pastures right there, so we really should eye to get out another Ovo as soon as possible. Because right now, none of these are going to be benefiting from it. Does not have siege engineers either at the moment. Scholar will skirt around and seeing how he's... Oh, he's trying to capture the sacred site. That's what he's trying to do. This is technically 2 sacred sites here, which will put a bit of pressure on the Mongol player, as well as provide some good gold generation. We got a significant force here, larger than the Mongols' force, since the Mongols' force is spread across the map and has a bit of pulse in the water. Does get this outpost garrison. Keshik needs to advance on forward. We'll find a good engagement there onto these archers. Let's use the arrow right there. And the outpost has not gone down just yet, so the villagers inside are safe for now. And plus, the arrows are still firing away as well. The outpost is slowly burning down, or rapidly burning down. The outpost has burned down there. The villagers need to get on out of there. It does task the villagers to get on out of there. More Kazirai makes forward. Keshik's starting to get overwhelmed. It does not have enough Keshiks at the moment. Up here we do have... Oh, speaking of, Keshik does find opportunity to raid his opponent. They have a gamble at this point in time. It may pay out in the long run. Kazirai is mostly going down, just not archer fight, but you have about 31 archers here versus 24. And when you get more archers by a small number, that eventually will snowball control based on you start losing more and providing less damage output. You may want to get these guys in town centers now firing the villagers inside. Keshik can now see a bit of fire there. The Mongol player does have a good number of civilian worker ships to prepare his opponent, but as I mentioned beforehand, it will be start providing diminishing returns. Right now as well, Delhi's Sultanate does have his economic tech stuff going. Mongol only has the first 2, not the gold, just wood and food. The Delhi Sultanate will be collecting more gold overall. Plus the sacred sites as well, though the other sacred site has not been captured enough. I think those Keshiks picked them off and we saw advancing earlier. Got 18 archers here versus 18, so they're even numbers. And some of these guys are improved by Tower of Victory, but they will be running on way. Does get a good volley there, trying to fall back, trying to get his force production. He needs more Keshiks. Also, even Horseman will just work just fine as well against these forces. Okay, the Mongol player is down to minimal income. He's trying to go for a couple more stables. Does he have the, he does not have the Horseman upgrade. And he may want to retasking his gears may be a bit difficult sometimes. Got now the speed arrow now activated, trying to get his guys into range. Graham just give him a bit of a burst of speed. Also just been archer fights. I think the Mongol players having trouble losing as many archers as an opponent, but right now they're relatively even in numbers. Gazi Riders starting going down. Once the Gazi Riders go down, now the Keshiks can really hit those archers. Now got these Gazi Riders hitting the flank there. Keshiks are starting going down more, just Gazi Riders just pushing way forward. That's what I mean, the deep sea fish, he strained them too quickly. He has too many fishing boats. He's going to need to retast them all most onto those shore fish for the time being. He does have a good number of shore fish to withdraw from. It is a very good number of fish, shore fish in that region. Looks like he may need to retast them. Don't really know how shore fish, if they sometimes get retasked to on shore fish or not. We got 25 archers here versus 21 and 3 Gazi Riders. Yeah, it looks like they're just... Yeah, they're not being retasked properly. They're trying to find anything. Finish off one-off deposit. Yeah, he needs to retest those fish chips because he's going to be tanking food income soon. He may want to evacuate the spearmen to hit these Gazi Riders. Does get out. Does get a nice kill there with the unupgraded spearmen. So they will go down very easily. Now got these structures now getting hit. There's gonna be archers here. Keshiks will get some good damage on in. Let's find these archers there. Just charge them in as well. Finds a good volley on some of them. Need some good kills there. Archers starting to get overran severely. We got a good wave of Gazi Riders being put on the field, which will be very useful. You will need more Keshiks to deal with them. And these archer range has not been cleaned on up. In fact, he's just throwing arrows into them, which is not good. He probably doesn't have siege engineers research to get out of Banran. Keshiks now trying to charge him forward. Archers getting hit by these Gazi Riders. The Mongol player is severely out of position. He's in a little bit better position there, but it's a lot of Gazi Riders. He's focused on the Gazi Riders first. Does use the arrow. More Keshiks now charging forward. Most of the Gazi Riders are down. Yep, he's still not retasked. He needs to retast almost all of these on the shore fish at the moment. Because right now, his food income is a bit misleading in the actual income. And Orange is back out of the game as well, simply just getting overran. As Anagrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay. If Orange would have stuck out a little bit longer, the Mongol player would have hit a brick wall, though having trouble with that shore with the fish and his primary food and source. And let's go ahead and do this one. I've been pushing it off a bit too much. It's 48 minutes. It's probably going to be a good one. But before I start that, I might as well use the restroom. Please give me another moment. I am back. My apologies. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the top right side as the Blue Abbasid Dynasty, we have 3D Cat. Spawn on the south side as the Magenta Abbasid Dynasty, we have Louis MT. Got a mining camp here. Actually canceled this mining camp, didn't like it that angle. I think just wanted to get the fire armor up and going. Not really important at this point in time. We of course have now the House of Wisdom here. It's, of course, the House of Wisdom itself is one that provides the fire armor. We have the economic ring and the cultural ring being researched. So we do have a bit of variation immediately. Economic ring will, of course, allow access to the cheaper economic buildings and houses. But honestly, the preservation of knowledge is going to be much more better. With the cost of aging up the next age by 20%. For Castle Age, that's going to make a pretty big difference. I'm pretty sure you'll save just as much, if not more, from that. Immediately gets that researched, and that will, of course, reduce it by 20%. So it goes from down to 960 to 480. We do, of course, have the other research. So now these farms do cost 56, and the mills and all lumber camps do cost 37. Sorry, not your mother. We do now have a town center be going up over here, trying to clean up that venison. Some of those forest puppies. Scout moving around. Old being collecting up, and we got the military wing being researched. We got Fast Castle for Magenta. Golden Age Tier 1 activated for one of these players. So we got a bit of variation. We got Fast Castle versus Second Town Center. So when we do got our camel archer here. With military wing, he'll get a pair of camels. And we got the Golden Age Tier 1 here. And over here, we do, of course, got the Golden Age Tier 1.
لدي مهمة. الرامي راكب الجمل جاهز.
أنا فرحة.
سأنفذ. الأعداء قريبون.
Over here, we got the scout being pursued by the scout. Camel archer trying to charge him forward, trying to get some harassment. There is an outpost going up here, which will protect him from the camel archer. Camel archer still in approach. It does back off right there. Of course, with the preservation knowledge, he's able to go for the fast castle much faster. We've got Pierce Armor being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player. He may be eyeing for just Mass Camel Rider, I'm guessing. We've got a barracks now deployed out in the field. Now we got the Castle Age there. The two fresh Camel Riders will be charging their way forward. They do bonus damage versus cavalry. They will do 20 damage versus these cavalry units. Got the scout. So they both know where each other is. Got the military wing now being researched by the Abbasid Dynasty player. And right now, the extra villagers will come in handy. Going for boot camp to increase the health of his infantry. Now it's going for some lancers and going straight for golems. Stable being employed on now. And now I've got the camel riders pursuing these forces. Decides to back on off. Got a lancer in this region, as well as a golem. Military wing still a bit far away for Blue.
دمرت العدو الخرج إلى هنا.
Camera Rider now trying to perhaps eye a hit. Does stop the walls from going up.
القذائف قادمة.
Of course, Camera Riders do not have any inherent Pierce armor. The Scout will see a bit of fire there. Camera Rider taking a bit of a bad path, probably.
أنا أذهب كما
Lancer does have +1 Pierce armor, so it will only take 1 damage per arrow from this town center.
إطلاق.
Magenda's immediately going for his additional Pierce armor. And up here, we do have Horsemen do find a kill there. And remember, Magenta does have less village mode, so losing this village is going to be a bit more important. The Scout does go down. Got more golems being put on the field. He's eyeing for some early battering rams. If there was ever such thing as an early battering ram, that would be probably a Dark Age unit. Golems do specialize against lightly armored units.
القذائف قادمة.
Now I got the Camel Rider hitting the Camel Archer. He does get his 2 free Camel Riders as well. Of course, will be useful against those Lancers, but the Golems will be very useful against the Absent Dynasty player. Camel Rider still pursuing the Camel Archer. The Lancer seems to hit there. Golems advancing forward. He's eyeing to batter down this palisade wall there. And there goes that gate. Got these forces now pushing way forward, trying to torch down some of these battering rams. Remember, the increased fire armor will come in handy to help slow down his opponent. Only village is quite hit. Got a number of Lancers in this region. Got blue now to put on a group of Lancers as well. Magenta does have some larger force in the field, thanks to these golems. Now the camels are not engaging each other. Both all the forces are not very morale because the camels are scaring them. That's probably a bad way to say it. Blue's not going across the crossbow, which is a good idea. Let's get that crossbow. Magenta's camels do go down, and golems gain some great damage down these villagers. Camel Rider does go down there. So these knights are quite healthy, but the golems will have a bit of trouble because they specialize stuff against our lightly armored. Golem receiving a bit of fire there, and over here we've got these golems now getting some hits on these villagers. He may have less villagers opponent, but his opponent is losing a large number of villagers. Lancers do get a good charge attack there, and needs to focus down these Lancers, or just continue hitting the villagers. Battering ram still getting some great damage there. Golem taking on this Lancer. The Lancer will survive thanks to the nearby crossbow. Stable now has been set ablaze. Golems looks like got. I'm not sure if they got any more villagers right there. More berries being collected up. Magenta's not eyeing for additional town center, but he's eyeing for trade. He may be eyeing for the trade wing next. He may not. He may go for extremely late economic wing.
أيها الفرسان امتطوا السروج.
Camel Rider is getting some good damage there, trying to pursue these Lancers. Does having trouble actually hitting them.
أتوق إلى الخدمة.
Does get that whole breach. Does get the crossbow there. Oh, down here we've got the Horsemen getting some damage on a villager, but being forced back by that tower. Lancers looks like do escape out of there, but barely. Got a lot of Pierce. Let's see. Next, we got Pierce armor, wheelbarrow, 2 levels of wood, 1 level of stone. Over here, just wheelbarrow. So overall, Magenta does have more economic techs. Golem does get a
أتوق إلى الخدمة.
large charge attack. Receive a large tower charge attack there. Does not take out that Lancer. So you're gonna hit there. Got these Camel Riders. Maybe we'll get some good damage onto these Lancers. Does get some good damage on these Lancers.
راكب كما أمرت.
Looks like Magenta's going for heavy in now with Camel Riders and Spearmen, going for a large anti-cavalry force. My opponent is playing a lot of cavalry and anti-armor, which both of those will not be very useful in this situation.
حركوا يا رجال.
سأفعل ذلك. سأفعل.
Doing a good job collecting up those berries. He may have not. I don't think he's detected this trade line just yet. And he's going to get a large number of traders on the field. Camels are advancing forward, trying to get some good damage here.
نحن نتعرض لقصف شديد. تقدموا
Fortunately, these
بشجاعة يا
lancers
رجال.
are actually quite wounded, so the camels will do some great damage there. Some spearmen in front of them could do some good work as well. There's no villagers right there. You have some more economic text now being researched by Blue. Now he's gonna pull ahead in economic text, looks like. And looks like Magenta is at pop cap. Blue is not a pop cap. Got more villagers for Blue than Magenta. But eventually, these traders will become a bit more valuable than individual villagers if he gets all these economic techs. Because this will make this equal to what the Mongols have in 30 versus 30, but this will also provide additional. This resource gets 25%, and this will make it so he will get additionally plus 55% trade, which will be incredibly valuable. An additional 5 armor never hurts. Or it makes it hurts more because you're not dead. Exotic Doggo does go down there. Exotic Doggo does go down as well. Trying to go from outpost here. Scout will draw the fire there and stays alive. Really trying to hit that villager there. Does get some good hits there with the camels and spearmen. His opponent is pulling out a lot of lancers, getting out some archers mixed on in. Not many camels of his own. His scout does spot the trade, which is very critical. Magenta may need to reinforce the area with stone walls. Because he could go for stone walls in these 2 small sections, and that will probably keep his trade a bit more recently secured.
نحن نتعرض للإطلاق.
تم البناء. جيدا.
You now got composite bows being researched by Blue, which are very, very useful versus spearmen. Not so useful versus camel riders. Just neutrally useful because they have no inherent pierce armor. Camels facing forward, trying to get some good damage here. Maybe a ritual? Going for a ritual there. Does pull back in time.
اتبعوني أيها الجنود الشجعان.
Magenta is still alive as well, providing some good intelligence for the dumb camels.
الفرسان يقفون مستعدين.
ما هي الدعوة؟
في الحال.
We got a good number of spearmen advancing forward, which should be very useful, but they can be engaged by these archers no problem. Right now, Magenta's trade is doing quite well, nice and safe. The villager count's quite even. Camels advancing forward, spearmen as well. Let's get inside this tower there with those villagers. Camels are advancing on forward as well. Archers are raining on in. Camels having trouble engaging. Got a big charge there by the Lancers. With the spearmen in the region, those Lancers could go down very quickly. They have trouble with their own damage output with these nearby camels. Blue does back out their region, but there's a pretty seismic breach there for Magenta to exploit, but does not have enough forces here. Does get a good spear brace there, taking out one of those Lancers. And these archers doing some great damage, doing a long damage. Could become conversion ritual right there. And Magenta does fall back. His military force is much smaller than his opponent. Does design for some more golems here. His opponent only has a handful of crossbows. Let's get a good hit there onto those Lancers. Ink still does not have a scout alive anymore. More golems here. He has a good number of traders on the field as well, maintaining excellent gold income. Now going for a Mangonel there, very nice, trying to hit those archers. Though he may not be able to complete it in time. Where those camels are? Not sure where the camels may have went. Does get the Mangonel up and going, but it can get easily overwhelmed. Mangonel and Spearmen and Golems making a soft retreat as well. There's the camels. They're trying to hit the reinforcements. Magenta needs more military force in the field. He has nothing really. Camels do push him forward. Does find some reinforcements. That single villager needs to get inside the tower. Does get inside the tower there, but she'll likely go down. This is a perfect time for a Mangonel shot. Engage the Mangonel. Tower. Fires. Gets a small hit there. The tower did not last long enough. Mangonel finds another volley there. Small amount of damage. Spear charging forward as well. They will have trouble because these archers will do some good damage there. Finds a good hit there with that Mangonel. Finds a good hit there as well. Good hit. He needs more golems on this field. Blue's king force back. But a lot of Magenta's force does go down right there. Magenta still needs a lot of force. He's just simply outnumbered.
الطاعة شرف لي.
Looks like these lancers are going to try to flank. There's no stone walls here just yet. You can see the movement orders. And now got Zagdoggle fighting these villagers. Magenta's going to take time to clean up, capture the sacred site, or just walk past it. Blue has claimed 4 relics. Magenta's only claimed 1, so that's quite a bit of gold, extra gold for Blue to work with. Which is going to be important because Blue does not have not gone for traders just yet. Or at all. While his opponent has, so he needs the extra gold generation, while his opponent has a nice steady supply of gold. We got these lancers pushing way forward. There could be a potential really good engagement there. He's going straight for the trading line. There's actually an opening there for them to intercept a lot of them. It's these villagers there, very nice. Spear needs to start engaging. He may want to go for a line of palisade walls to narrow the front line. And then go for some stone walls to cover up his flanks. He's not collected up any stone at the moment. Does not take any villagers there. Magenta's killed 8 villagers. Opponent has killed 6. Going for a line of palisade walls there. Very nice. Okay, Camel's having a bit of trouble. Oh, it's Lancer versus Lancer. Camel may go down. And the Spearman could advance him forward. Mag does have second Mangonel deployed on field. Very nice. There's 2 Mangonels here that can do some serious damage versus archers. Firing his volley there. And hits. You got a pair of Springulls now put on the field. Mangonels could get one of them picks off immediately. Mangonels do roll a miss there. Magenta has a sizable force here. So does Blue. Now Magenta stands forward. He does have access to the multiple golems here, so archers will have trouble versus all this force. He does have a good number of crossbows deployed on field as well. He does spot the Blue's forward production there. Now these archers and crossbows gain some great damage there. Lance is charging him forward once again. Does get a spear brace there. Mangonel finds a volley there. It's a good hit. Golems is still in the front line, gets good damage there. Lancer's starting to go on down for Blue. But Blue's back line still up and going. That'll save this Mangonel from going down. This fortified outpost upgraded with a spring golem replacement with some villagers on the inside. Golems now hitting these archers and crossbows in melee. Lancer's trying to find a flank. And now going for a line of palisade walls there to help secure his front line, or back line. Mangonel receiving a bit of Lancer shots there, and does go down. Magenta finally captured the sacred site. Blue has not captured up his own sacred site, so that may give an indication, hey, I should do the same. More mills being put on over here, very nice. Does have a bit of gold to work with in case of a catastrophic failure on his trade caravans. He needs to also start getting some stone in order to get out some keeps to help keep his trade secure.
نحن نتعرض لقصف شديد.
I got multiple outposts being plotted by Blue, including over here. He's starting to torch down this wall. Does go for spring gold and fortified outpost. He's trying to repair up this wall there. Villagers going inside of this tower so they can start hitting these villagers. Yeah, Magenta's Lancers now advancing on forward. And that's going to take time to torch down this. Does receive a charge attack there. Now I got the Lancers engaging each other. We do got no pierce damage for Abyssinus Magenta, but does have all the other researches. Blue does have 1 level of pierce armor and only 1 level of pack damage. Getting some good hits over there. Exotic Doggo getting some bites. And Blue does have keep here now. Does secure up this gold deposit. Right now the civilian count is quite similar, but Blue's losing a good number of villagers, and so a large number of these do get trapped right here. Magenta's now at 19 villager kills. Magenta still has not touched any of the stone. He does have some good stone deposits back here. I would say it's about 6,000 stone in his land, and a little bit outside of his land. This stone is being secured up by Blue, which is very good. And now we do have Imperial Age for Magenta. It's getting out a big wave of research, including the increased armor of Camel Riders by 2. We've got the Sacred Site now capturing on up. Stone being collected on up as well. And now I've got the Trader Wing being researched by Blue as well. Was this Trader Wing or was it Economic? It was trade. Now he's going for the trade technologies. We go for the last one. It would be the same cost as Imperial Age. A bit expensive, but this stuff is very important as well. Sacred Site has been captured on up. Do now have the, of course, more armor. This Camel Riders, they have right now 7 melee armor, which means they are basically equipped with a heavy cav, but they still classify as light. They don't receive any bonus damage from crossbows. Let's get some good kills there on those villagers. And right now with Magenta having all this additional trade, Blue's going for his own trade wing. We'll give him some free traders for him to utilize. Now I've got these Golden Advanced War gets good damage here. Overall, Magenta's force will go down right here. He needs to start remassing. He's starting to get out the biology research as well as spice roads, which is different than silk roads. We've got a bombard here, as well as some spring golds. Has a nice little force here. Magenta's force here will be cleaning up, but will do some good damage. Trade wing complete. Does have a handful of free traders. We need to perhaps get a market over here and get those traders working. Going for our quick line of palisade walls here, because there is actually quite a bit of a breach he created. Campbell's going way forward. He may lose some of these villagers. The breach does technically close. He's going to lose some of these villagers. And not every single wall was built, but at least good enough to withstand archer fire. Magenta's now advanced forward, destroying some of this infrastructure here. Very nice. Does not have firearms since the structure is not built right there. Or there's actually a bit of a gap right there. Nor the farm is affected by the fire armor. Trying to torch down some of these emplacements. Very nice. Got Maganael hits out those structures. They do bonus damage for structures. Got some hand cannoneers now deployed on the field as well to help put holes and everything. We're going to see a bit more variation of builds. We've got crossbows, hand cannoneers, horsemen. He's primarily eyeing for hand cannoneers. His opponent's eyeing for mostly golems, as well as more camels. Right now, camels do go into siege as well as cavalry. They do have excellent anti-cav damage. And these emplacements will go down. Let's get some good damage on the siege workshop, slowly taking out all this siege. It's a good damage there. Camel riders moving around. Got a bombard here. Mangonel's not firing. May want to be at firing against something. Even structures will do fine. Magenta now pushing forward more and more camels. Let's get some good damage to the camels. The camels do have a very, very large amount of health, so they can withstand hand candy fire a little bit better than most things. They actually have more health than even Royal Knights fully kitted out. Camels are pushing way forward. Bombard's getting some good damage there on the keep. Hanging out, even getting some hits in as well. Let's get a cannon placement there, but Manny goes down. Got hand cannons facing forward. Camel's seeing quite a bit of fire right there. Horseman trying to overrun the bombard. Mangonel needs to start getting some hits on the hand cannons. They're very bunched up. Mangonel line up shot there. Finds a small hit there on the hand cannoneers. They do have, of course, increased health thanks to boot camp. The keep does go down. Got so the two bombards in this area. This bombard is severely damaged but alive. Central second side now being captured by Magenta. Magenta also has a massive reserve of gold. You may want to buy some food and some armored caravan research as well. You want to make sure that those caravans also providing food. Up here, I've got golems now torching down the mining camps. Got more camels being put on the field, engage the camels, but these guys are not kitted up compared to the elite camel riders. Now seeing the elite camel riders research, as well as own biologists, that's going to use camels to engage the camels. Agano finds a small splash hit there. Nice small hit there as well. Camels pushing forward, hand cannon is firing away. Got some lances put on the field by Magenta, and right now he's getting stuck at the choke point. His camera riders do now have 8 pierce armor. Magenta is facing forward. Spring Ball's firing away. Some of Blue's villagers starting going down. Have those traders been tasked? No, the traders have not been tasked there. So he should have built a market there, just get them any sort of trade going. He may not be relying on it, but he has free traders, might use for free traders. He does have plenty of gold reserve at the moment, but not his food reserve is actually going down quite rapidly. We're getting some more camels put on the field. There are elite camels who don't have the increased armor just yet. Down south, more lances hitting these villagers, very nice, denying this gold. Magenta taking forward, bombards firing away, Magno finds a hit there on the camels. Trying to overrun the siege weapons. Elite camels do close them versus siege. Cannon does go down. Finds a hit down the hand cannoneer. And now got the golems trying to hit these camels. The golems will have trouble versus high armored camels, though he doesn't have the increased armor for the camels just yet. Golems push way forward. They are, of course, elite golems. They do have 18 plus 25 damage attack. And here's push way forward, trying to deal with these lancers. Trying to push down this. He does have chemistry research that does get improved damage from the hand cannoneers. Golem's getting some good damage there onto that camel. Camel does go down. Now Blue's going for Tide Farm, which will give him a good amount of extra resources for everything, and Magenta's going to take time to go for the economic wing, which will allow him to get out some extra economic techs, which will be very useful. There's an increase food gathering and increased drop-off. Right now, he does not collect up any more gold. The increased drop-off will be very useful for stone that he has still in reserve. He can use some great damage there. Machete's facing forward. Right now, Blues is having trouble remaxing, just going for straight cannoneers. Those are good, but he needs something to engage or hold everything else back. Plus a soul deploy. Horse now being pursued. And some of these villagers have gone down. He's also having trouble with food. He has spent his entire reserve. He got some more camels. Golems started going down there. These golems will connect on some of these cannoneers. They will be gunned down. Looks like none of these hand cannoneers went down. Some of them a bit wounded. More camels charging going forward. They will be gunned down by the hand cannoneers. Against the camp there. Got the camels and now engaging. It's a nice little choke point there for Blue to defend himself with, but these Mangonels still pose a massive problem. The game's damage across those hand cannoneers. Machete's battery rams are pushing way forward against good damage. Now he's trying to gun down these Mangonels. He does have increased health and pierce armor on his Mangonels, so it will be useful enough to make them withstand more hand cannoneer fire. There's still just so many hand cannons region. Machete's force is slowly being ground apart there. Blue's trying to get a nice sizable force. He has more forces to go on field. Machete's camels are charging forward, but just getting gunned down by hand cannoneers. Blue's trying to hold. He still has less villagers than the opponent. He does, of course, have more town centers, however. Cannoneers getting some good damage from the golems. Spring Gulls are going down. And he also supplies some horsemen. They are elite horsemen. He's also missing some additional armor. While Magenta does have all this research bar in the gold, which he has plenty of trades, so doesn't need the gold. Akios as well. He's going for food with his trade. Very nice. That horseman does go down there. He got that golem there. These horsemen advancing forward. Does have a good number of camels here, and the firing line is up and going. The camels can hold the front line. They do have a good amount of health for that. He can engage this force quite easily. Down south, keep not getting hit by the battery rams. Going to take time to force it down. This gold vein does not have a whole lot of gold left. Blue may need Eye to get out either more gold, find more gold deposits, or maybe Eye to get out his own traders. They're not sitting around doing idle work. Managed to push forward, trying to get some of his housing. He does actually now below maximum population. Taking out these battery rams with the camels to do bonus damage for siege. Over here, got Exotic Doggo. He's starting to transition to some trade now. Very nice. He needs to start that going. He knows his gold deposits are running low. Still has this one. He has about 2,000, less than 2,000 gold to collect. He's going to need to turn that all into trade caravans. He may be able to go for a line of archers to support his composition out. Or for anything that can hold a weapon. Camel, we're seeing quite a bit of damage there. It does go down. This gold deposit still has a 1,600 gold left, so perhaps claim it. And now we do have processation, so maybe I'm just probably going to go for that. He has 12,000 gold in reserve. He has enough stone on the side of the map. He has hardly touched a stone. Some of those camels do get gunned down there. While I'm putting out the stone, he has enough stone on the side of his map to get out a wonder. And getting out wood? He's consumed quite a bit of wood. He's not really collecting wood at the moment. There's the deposit of wood. He does have stone walls on this side. But he should have enough stone for a wonder. He has plenty of gold for a wonder. If he eyes for wood and food, he can eye to get a wonder. Ooh, good hit there. Villagers are down. We've got limestone walls being pulled up by blue. Very nice. He does have, of course, Tithe Barn as well, so he does have maintained excellent stone collection as well. He has 4 relics. Blue does spot, or Magenta does spot these trade caravans. Oh, and does sack some of his own villagers right there. Magenta has killed 109 villagers, but only killed 55. Now especially forward, hand cannon is firing away as well. Magnals do roll a big miss there. Let's get some good damage there. The golems right now do also get additional armor from nearby camels, so up to 5/5 armor. Massive Mangonel hit there. Nope, he's not going to increase Mangonel damage at the moment. Overn now finds a good shot there on the Mangonel, very nice. And does take out both of those Mangonels, very important. Now there's got some batteries, so the Golems can take the time to take those out. Golems will be shooting pretty single file, Camels just need charging forward, allow the Sand Cannons fire away. Blue has a massive number of hand cannoneers in this region. Now he's going to try to deal with these battering rams. Overn is just trying to hit stuff on the front line. Blue's hand cannoneers are holding the line, trying to get as much damage in as possible. Right now, he does not have his increased Spice Road research. He does not have enough gold for it. He also has no gold at the moment as well. He has to rely on the trade to get more traders. He needs to get out a line of archers. He does have a handful of hand cannoneers queued up as well. So if he goes for some archers, at least he has something on the field to throw some mass opponents. Horsemen won't hurt as well. Something to hold the line until he gets out some more traders. Magenta has lost a number of his villagers, or maybe sacked them. There's a battering ram there, breaking down some of his stone walls. Looks like all his traders are still good. He still has 12,000 gold in reserve. Blue will hold the line. Battering rams are being pulled back as well. Blue has a significant amount of food and wood. I say just pull, yeah, he's going to bring out Whip Horseman, just trying to throw anything at his opponent. He has a good number of villagers. He's going to have a problem with this military size at the moment. He also needs to get out some more housing. Camel Rider slicing up some of these villagers, also breaking down some of these batting farms. Sacred Site sounds like it's trying to be decaptured, but it's not being decaptured. It's just this damn camel causing some issues. Golems push way forward. Blue now has a pretty sizable gold reserve. More Zog Doggo bites. Camel will slowly go down to the town center. It's not the primary town center, doesn't get any additional arrows there. Marvel wants more stone walls to protect his flanks. We got now, Magenta has a big wave of Lancers now pulled on the field, as well as Mangonels. He's trying to advance this region. This keep has still not been repaired on up. Stone walls being breached. Hand cannoneers can use the stone walls to fight from to get increased range. Battering trying to hit some of his outposts. Magenta's going to be pushing hard in this region. Got multiple Mangonel hits there onto this outpost, fortified outpost with spring ball replacement. Those hits there on the walls. Lance is pushing way forward. Got the camels and hand cannoneers pushing way forward over here. Camels and hand cannoneers face forward. Camels are bonus damage versus Lancers, so I was supposed to use their damage output. Hand cannoneers are supposed to shoot everything. Horsemen need to focus on these battering rams, probably. There's a lot of battering rams here to pull up on Magenta. Got his forces pushing around. Cannoneers finds a volley there. Camels forming holding the line for the hand Cannoneers. Hand Cannoneers receive quite a bit of damage there. Culverin, I think, picking off some of these Mangonels. So both those Mangonels do go down to this Culverin. Culverin being used for the season Banner Rams. I heard something. Oh. Got the Golden Aegis bugging out for Blue. I'm not sure why though. I think this indication is just something bugged in replay, because he clearly has more than 30 structures. Though these Banner Rams are putting through a number of them.
لن ترتاح قلوب الأشرار.
And Cannoneers gains good damage there on these Camel Riders. Those take them out. We do have the Banner Ram now gain damage. More Hand Cannoneers, more Camels trying to push them forward. But Jenna's just throwing the Banner Rams at the Banner Rams. Lancers do go down there. We got the tier 2 again. And Cannoneers trying to deal with these Banner Rams with the increased Pierce armor. They only take 1 damage each. They still only took 1 damage each beforehand. But need some things other than Hand Cannoneers to take on these Banner Rams. They, of course, with the increased health, will be harder to take out. Magenna's down to 100 civilian workers, which is fine. He has plenty of gold. Lancers gains good damage there onto these villagers, taking them out. Here more camels. And Gears pushing forward, trying to deal with these forces. He's out a camel there. Loses while some Banner Rams, with more Lancers and camels advancing down the center. Cannoneers need to push over here. Oh, and there we go. Magenta is now camped at the trade line in the area that's not well secure. There is a breach here, and he utilized it. Or created... Nope, he didn't create a breach there. So now Blue is rapidly losing all of his traders, losing a large number of his Hand Cannoneers. And he doesn't have good vision in this area. He may want to camp the trade post itself to have better vision outside the shrubbery. And now Blue's going to be completely out of gold. And as well as spearmen, archers, and horsemen, which are all going to be ineffective versus these golems. Or golems. He's a good damage there. More Hand Cannoneers still on the front line. He has more Hand Cannoneers still on the field queue. But his military population is greatly decreasing, and Blue does back out of the game now. This ended great saying, thank you for watching, and on to next play. So, I'm getting a little bit tired, so that's probably my last replay for tonight. So, everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.